Happy Monday. Today is our Monday movie discussion. This is the show where we review an anime movie and we talk deeply about the themes that are found in the movie and related to real life, real experiences. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my co host, ShyCutie. Hello.
Hi.
Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday.
You know how these Mondays are for us. So,
We call the struggle bus Mondays by now.
yeah, I'm like about to change your struggle bus Monday.
Right.
How's your Monday going? I know. Oh, happy belated birthday! Yesterday was
Yeah.
Shy Cutie's birthday. Did you have a
Yep.
good one?
It was amazing. I got to change my number to 39 now.
Yeah, yeah. So y'all
But
celebrated.
yes, I had a lot of surprises. Some of my neighbors, we got close and they surprised me and took me out to my favorite sushi place during the week, and we had a
Oh,
blast. It was so fun. We had some really good dessert at the sushi place. It's like some type of deep fried tempura cheesecake
mm,
mix, which
that
was
sounds
so
so good
good.
and
Oh
fattening.
my gosh, it
Sounds
was so
delicious and
good.
fattening. All the
Oh my
things
goodness.
that
But it was surprisingly, it was very light. Like it wasn't overly
really.
sweet. Yes, it had just enough crunch to like balance like the ice cream. It was the perfect, like it was just so
Oh, that
good.
sounds so good. And then what did y'all do yesterday? Like on the actual
Um,
birthday?
on my actual birthday, my husband surprised me with a three-course meal that he actually been working on all week. I had no idea.
How he sneak cooking a 3-course meal up behind your back?
So my husband's sneaky, okay? So he knows I know he plays the game late. So he just pretended to play the game late, but he was actually staying up planning my three-course meal.
Oh, that's so nice.
And so I was like, I'm gonna just
That's
leave him
sweet.
alone. I'm sitting here like I'm gonna leave him alone. He feel he want to play the game late. That's cool because we had hung out a
Yeah.
lot during the week, so he
Mhm.
knew I was gonna think that, and so he just used the opportunity to like sneak and plan my meals, girl. It was
Right.
delicious. It was so good.
It looks
Like
good. He did a whole emeralds meal,
he did.
whole the menu. I
He
saw it.
he got down. Okay. Then we got me. He got me some Chardonnay
He paired
and
it.
paired. Yeah, he picked out the Chardonnay.
Okay.
And girl, yeah, it was so good. He put his
Now he
foot
gotta
in that
cook all the
thing.
time.
Right.
He be sitting over there acting like he don't be cooking. They're gonna put
And
his
you
foot
know,
in a 3-course meal,
right.
fine dining restaurant,
Th-
3-course meal. That's
This
how the
is what
men
I
are.
remember from when we was dating. When we was both working at Emeralds, he would bust
Right.
out and cook like this every now and again. You know, so it was nice.
Hey, Arshawn, thank you for coming by and saying hello. I appreciate it.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh, well, that's
So,
nice. He done made you a 3-course meal, fine dining style. That is so awesome.
uh
Why men do that? They be like, oh, I don't cook. We
huh.
be sitting
Then
out the
bust
whole
out.
year, bust out to cook a like top shelf style
Right.
3-course meal. Like, come
Yeah.
on now. Why men be doing stuff like that? Hey,
Right.
Talk Hell. Thank you for stopping by and
Hi.
saying hello.
Welcome to the chat.
Yes, welcome to
So
the chat. So
yeah,
I don't know why men do that. They be like, I don't
girl,
cook, I don't cook. Then when they cook, what he
they
made?
throw out.
Gumbo. What did he
Yeah.
make? Gumbo. What else?
He made some homemade from scratch gumbo with
Right.
chicken and andouille sausage in it, and then he made this pecan crusted fish
Yeah,
with
what
some
fish
type of.
was it
It was
redfish?
it was supposed to have been a redfish, but we couldn't find a redfish, so I
Yeah.
think he had to go with uh what's this fish called
Is it trout?
trout.
Oh, okay. I'm like, girl, what you talking about? Okay, so it was trout. It looked
It
good.
was trout. It was really good. And
And what was the dessert?
the dessert was it was like a caramelized banana
Oh,
with
bananas
like a
Foster.
caramel
Banana Foster.
bananas Fosters. Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
was. It
All
was good,
right.
girl.
Throw it
So
down.
he
See,
threw
I
down.
messaged him. He told me about it. I messaged him. I said, yeah, you gonna have to be cooking all the time now. You can't be cooking like that on the fly.
Right.
Just let me just cook this 3-course meal. But that's
One quick
good. Shout
time.
out to
That was
yeah. Shout out to him. He said it's a once in a year occurrence.
Right.
Yeah, don't
You're
be
right.
asking for it again. Well, that's so sweet. We surprised my husband with a birthday party this past weekend. It literally was on the fly, but it was hilarious to see his reaction to having a surprise party. He was not expecting it. So for those of you who don't know, my co-host ShyCutie, over here, my co-host, she is my sister-in-law. So her, my brother, and my husband birthdays are like all almost together, right? Like
Yeah.
yours is the 20th.
Within.
Yeah, and then he's the 24th, and my brother is 27th.
Yep.
Wait, 27th,
Yep.
yeah. And then my dad is
Hmm.
like the 19th, I think. No,
So
one of
he's
them.
either the 19th or the 21st. He's either the day
Yeah,
before or day after
he
me.
don't
I can't remember.
celebrate it, so I don't know. But he did talk
Yeah.
to me. But so yeah, they're all together. So we keep joking for y'all 40th birthday. Y'all gonna have to go. We might have to go on a trip or something. That's what he said. He's like, I want to go on a trip with them for the
Yeah.
40th.
That'll be fun. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I would love that.
So we hoping next year y'all could go on like a 40-year-old trip. All y'all old folks, get
Right.
together. We got on a trip together.
What you talking
But
about? This about to be the 40 and fabulous trip right here.
right.
Talking.
So we did get a late start, girl. I got these nails on, and it took so long for me to do my makeup. I'm trying to open the
Oh,
little shadow palettes. Like
oh,
I'm trying to
those are
open my
cute.
thank you. I'm trying to open my eyeshadow palette, girl. I'm like,
You like it?
girl, I took my thumbnail off. I was like, girl, forget this. I was like, I need one of these bad boys out. So I
Right.
had to take
You
it
need
off.
one good finger.
Yeah. Hey Jay. Yeah, I was like,
Hey, Jay.
girl, when I worked at labor and delivery, we had to do that all the time, girl. I was quick to rip somebody toenail rip their nails off, them fake nails,
Uh,
because the
uh-huh.
SAT monitors wouldn't read through certain nails.
Oh,
So I was the
yeah.
queen of girl. You gonna have to take one of them nails off. Which one you gonna
Right.
give me? Your pinky,
Give
thumb? You
me.
gotta have this baby anyway, girl. You don't need these
Yeah,
long
you ain't
nails
gonna do nothing with
on.
these nails. Right.
Yeah. So okay, Jay. Yeah, of course, as always, you can join
Of
in. We
course,
get
Jay.
to our reaction. So yeah, that was nice to catch up. I started a new anime called Komi Can't Communicate. It's
Yeah.
adorable. It's
Is it
so funny.
adorable?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
really good. I like it. And Komi has social anxiety, and she goes to the school with all these weird people, and it's
Mm-hmm.
hilarious. And I like seeing a character with like social anxiety being the main character. It's really adorable. It's good. You should
Mm-hmm.
watch it.
Jamarion started watching it.
It's
So
funny.
I told him I was gonna watch it.
The
Oh, it
comedic
looks
timing is
cute.
really good. And of course, Raised by Wolves is just I watched it like 3 times this week because I'm in a subreddit and we go full nerd theories. I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about we're connecting this show to like Alien Covenant and all the whole Alien franchise. So we
Mm-hmm.
go full nerd in my Reddit group. So and then Euphoria came on, so that's what I kind of
Oh yeah.
watched. So
Nice. I gotta
um
catch up on Euphoria and Raised by Wolves now again. Because it was like a pretty eventful week for me. So
right. Well, if you're not watching Raised by Wolves, it is in the Alien universe, in the Alien and Predator universe. It's sci-fi. It's not scary at all, but it has so many mysteries wrapped up. I mean, it's some of the best sci-fi television that's out right now, hands down. I can say that with
mm,
confidence. So, if you're not watching Raised by Wolves, you need to be watching it. Um,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I can't sing its praises enough. Um, well, that being said, lately I have been doing my schedule at the beginning, the end of my show, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it up now. Just
Okay.
before we get into the discussion, I'm showing my streaming screen. I stream 3 times a week, Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. Sundays are otaku talk shows. This weekend we'll be talking about anime that's invited to the cookout, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then today we're talking about the Millennium Actress. And then on Thursday we watch My Dress Up Darling live and play anime bingo, and we'll be playing a new uh it's not I don't know if it's a dating sim. I'm gonna just go ahead and call it a dating sim called Women Is All, which is made by a black creator and it has black art and characters. And I'm looking forward to playing this game. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into our
Let's
discussion
get
for
into it.
today. So we watched the movie by Satoshi Kon, which is called Millennium Actress, and he has 2 other movies that are like really classic anime films, which are Perfect Blue and Paprika, which are very unique films. I've seen Paprika, I have not seen Perfect Blue. A Millennium Actress came out. Okay. Millennium Actress came out in 2001, and it I think it is one of the last completely hand-drawn motion picture anime films that were made. And then Satoshi, he passed away, I believe. So it's his last film. And a lot of people will argue that it's his best out of his work, this movie. So it is free to watch on YouTube. So I watched it on YouTube. Um, did you mute yourself? Make sure you unmute yourself. Did
Yeah,
you watch it on YouTube too?
I did.
Yeah, the ads weren't really bad because you could still skip them. So you have
Yeah,
ads and stuff like that. But it's an hour and 26 minutes, I believe.
6 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and give our knee-jerk reaction to the film Millennium Actress. And we're laughing because we were texting each other last night when we that's why we're laughing, because we know how ridiculous we are. But go ahead, just
I felt so slow watching that movie. I was like, wait.
right. Jay
I was
said
like,
he's
wait a
seen it.
minute, am I supposed to not be understanding right now? Because it
Right.
did. And when I was like on the last 20 minutes, I was like, wait, what?
ShyCutie messaged me talking about I gotta watch it again because I'm sleepy. I was like, girl, I am wide awake and I'm still lost. Like,
Right.
knee-jerk reaction, 3 acts to the movie, first 30 minutes, the second act, I was just like, girl, I don't know where we are. I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening. I don't know if this happened in real life. I don't know if girl, I ain't know nothing. I was really lost. Like,
Yeah.
completely lost.
Yeah.
Um, but the third act, I would say, definitely wrapped it up nicely for me. And I knew going into the movie, and I've seen Paprika, and I know Satoshi's films he has a way of blending like dreams and reality in Paprika, especially, and I expected to see that in this movie as well.
Hmm.
So I think the third act does kind of bring it together. Does it provide clarity to the second act? Somewhat, but once you figure out the point of it all, you're like, okay, it doesn't
Hmm.
matter if I didn't really know which one was real.
Hmm.
Um, so the movie is basically about this young lady, Chiyoko.
Chiyoko. Chiyoko.
Chiyoko. Okay, Chiyoko, starts the movie out young. I think she must be like 15 or something at the beginning of the
Hmm.
movie. She meets this mysterious man who's a painter and he's running away from the police. This is the time where there's a lot of political unrest in Japan in this film. There's like the Japan nationalists kind of fighting the government or something like that. I don't know. I think it was something going on, but I know they said it was
Hmm.
nationalist. And that's when it's taking place, and basically it follows her through her life. Basically this man set her on a path to try to find him again, and she spent her life pursuing this mysterious man who she had very little
Hmm.
information about. He left the key for her, and so she had this key, and that was pretty much her following this breadcrumb trail trying to find this man. The whole movie, spoiler alert, she gets to the end of the movie, which is basically the movie is told through the perspective of she's being interviewed in her old age about her life, and she's telling this story. So the movie ends kind of like how Titanic is, like where this old lady's telling this story about this love, and then at the end
Hmm.
she's old and she passes away, and it's
Yeah.
kind of the same kind of energy. But
Yeah.
yeah, but the guy's dead. We found out at the end that he died a long time ago, and so she was really chasing a ghost the whole time. And then she says in the movie that she um basically she really ended up enjoying the pursuit. Hi, Muck,
Hmm. Hi, Mucking
our
God.
Monday movie discussion. So we're talking about the movie Millennium Actress. So basically she said that really ultimately she just enjoyed the pursuit of this man, and that was really what brought her happiness at the end of it all. And then she
Hmm.
died and flew into space, honey.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm just like,
so.
okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
so so on these Monday, we like to go ahead and get our movie review out the way early. We like to give our initial reaction and our review of it, and then we go into the deeper conversation of talking about themes, which don't necessarily have to be specific to the movie, just life experience. So, what would you give this? How would you review the movie? Like, what would you say to somebody who
uh,
asked you about this movie?
I would say it's a decent movie. I wouldn't say it was really super good, but it also wasn't bad. But if you like the type of person who enjoys like talking
Oh, you
about
hate anime. Oh, you hate anime. Don't worry,
oh
you'll
my
catch
god.
me. This is somebody who we play a Gartic phone, and that's how they found me. I'll be on Twitch playing that
Oh.
later. So, but thank you for stopping by. But go
Thanks for
ahead.
chiming in. Okay.
Hmm.
But if you're a person who kind of enjoys that type of story of like, the cat chasing the mouse kind of thing, you
Hmm.
may not never catch it.
She did not
you
catch
know,
it.
she not right. I mean, go for it. If it's not, if it's not something you really enjoy, if you looking for something more like you want them to get together eventually, or
Yeah,
you want it to end where they land in a happy ending, that's not it. That's not the
right.
movie for
This is not the
you.
movie for you. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's
And what
actually
would you
quite
rate it?
depressing.
What would you rate it from out of a 10?
I would give it like a 6.
A 6? Dang, girl. Bye, Mucking Guy. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I would have to give it like a 6.
Okay. I gave it a 7. Now, it's
Okay.
interesting because this film has like 9 out of 10 reviews. As
Yeah.
far as like critics and all that stuff, like 9 out of 10. Um, and so I was going in expecting, because we've been watching Your Name and which and
Mhm.
Weathering with You, which are up there. Like
Mhm.
Your Name is
Mhm.
like a 9 out of 10 for me. So when
Yeah.
I hear 9 out of 10, that's kind of where my mind automatically goes to that tier of movie.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't give it that. I don't think. Um, but this is an older movie, and so I think anime film up into more recently, it's changed. But this is completely hand drawn, so it's like, you know, I know hand drawn movies have this kind of heaviness, kind of
Mhm.
they have a feel to them. And I think it's because of just like somebody had to draw all this. So some of the stuff that we're seeing in newer movies with like magical elements and like, like when we watched Your Name and that scene we were
Mhm.
talking about with the comet and it fell, like
Yes.
imagine somebody hand drawing it, which
Yeah.
that's kind of a
Yeah.
lot. So older films do have a pacing to them that they always
Mhm.
kind of feel like they wanted to do more, but they didn't. I would definitely
Mhm.
say that. So I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it has a good lesson, though. I think it has a good theme. I don't, even though I didn't really care for the movie. What do you
Right.
think?
Yeah, I would say if I had to think about like the animation and how it was
Hmm.
done, it could get a 7. Um because the
Yeah, it was
story like
beautiful. It was some
yeah,
beautiful scenes, like the hand drawn. It looked like old Japanese paintings.
it
Like
did.
they
It
were
did.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I now if I had to like just talk about the amount of effort that you could see was put into the animation and like the fact that someone hand drew that was amazing.
Right.
So I would say I could give it like a 7 out of 10 if I incorporate that. And the storyline wasn't necessarily bad either.
Oh, here he go. Hey, what the funk? He's talking about this
What's
movie
up?
went on mushrooms. Well, honey,
Oh
sober, it was
goodness.
not.
No.
It was not epic when sober. Um, He
I think he
cried. I
cried.
mean, yeah, this wasn't for me, but luckily I think some of the hype around this movie, some of the high ratings that it gets, let me know if I start getting choppy because I see my Wi-Fi thing coming up. But some of the
Okay.
ratings that this movie got, I definitely feel like it was hype surrounding the director and technically president. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
This it definitely I feel like it was some hype. I feel like because of the director, him having done Perfect Blue and Paprika, it being hand drawn, and just like I feel like some of that rating he just got because of who he is and we know
Mm-hmm.
his capacity. I don't feel like this film was a 9 out of 10. I just
Yeah.
it's not giving 9 out of
No. I
10 for
can't I
me.
can't
Yeah.
give it a 9 out of 10. I can't.
No.
I
So
I can confidently give it a 7.
she's
Um
she's like, about to give it a 5, but
right.
okay. Well, but you give a 5. You gave some a 5.
What did I
I
give a
think that was a
5?
regular show we was watching. I think we was watching that was something else we reviewed. Oh, the Eternals girl.
Oh yeah. Mm-mm.
She was like 5. Honestly, don't remember the movie, but I true for all his movies. See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's not
what phone?
memorable. Like
Yeah, it's
is this feel like a movie I'm gonna forget I watched in some years?
yeah.
Like that's how it feels to me. Like Paprika
Or
is
it's
definitely like to me his best
more
film, but
Paprika. I
yeah,
haven't watched Paprika yet, but
yeah,
I would. This is one of those movies. If somebody said, "Oh, I watched this movie," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, oh yeah. What you think?"
yeah.
You know?
You definitely gonna forget. Probably next month. I'll probably say the name of this movie, and you be like, "What?" I be like, "Girl, you
I like
remember the movie we
what
watched?"
movie is it?
You gonna
Right.
not remember it at all. Okay, so that being said, we giving our review of the movie. We're gonna start moving
Mm-hmm.
into some of the themes, and then I'll drop the link in the chat so that if you want to come up and talk about these life themes, you can come up and talk about them with us. We That's our favorite part of today. Honestly, we just like talking about life and deeper themes. So some of the themes of this movie, definitely like the title says in the thumbnail, is it the destination or is it the journey? That's one of the themes that are in
Yeah.
this movie, and this whole idea of this love that is lost, like this lost love,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's because of, in real life, it could be because, oh, we broke up and I didn't want to break up, or it could be,
Mm-hmm.
distance or just not having the time or whatever. So that also is another one of the themes that came up in this movie. So that's going to be kind of the themes that we talk about today, related to this movie. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Yes, Paprika was insanely amazing. He said that's funny. I'm gonna drop the link, and while I do that, I'm gonna give my spiel. Yeah, girl, I was, all movies can't be great. I guess it was time for us to get a
No.
movie that didn't knock our socks off or wow us.
Yeah.
Right? We've been having some
Yeah.
pretty strong, good movies.
Yes, we have. We have. I do like the mix of just like the different types of movies and
Mhm.
the different messages from the movies. I do enjoy that because you pull something different from all of
Right.
them.
Yeah, you do. So with that being said, if you like what we do, if you like this content, if you've been tuning in and you're enjoying this, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. When you hit the like and you do these things, it feeds the algorithm and lets it know what type of people like my content, and therefore it can give it to other people like you. So please make sure you do that for me. And obviously, when y'all comment in the chat and interact with us, it also is great for that too. So I appreciate support in all the ways. Even when y'all drop by and say hi, if it's not your cup of tea, all of those things help this channel. So I definitely appreciate that. We appreciate it. Shout out to the chat.
Yes, shout out to the chat
All right, we
because we
got
do be
Jay here.
getting some different perspectives, and they be good.
Yeah, actually, our discussion on Valentine's Day is doing great. I guess people like the one that we had last week with Jay up here and with the
Oh
phone. That was
yeah.
great. It's doing great.
Okay.
So I guess people like the banter between. I definitely think male energy definitely brings a different layer to it. So
It does. Yeah, I would
how are you
agree.
doing
Hi,
today, Jay?
Jay.
Uh, let's just say I'm having a roller coaster with my body right now, so I don't know
Uh
what's going
oh.
on. But
Oh
other than
no.
that, no, other than that, yeah, it's trying to fight me for some reason. I don't know what it's trying to do, but
Oh no. You got the
yeah,
Omarion or something?
Right.
I don't
You
know
got
what
the
it is. Please
Omarion, do you?
believe. Trust me.
Okay.
Like I
Well,
said, if you ever felt pain before, trust me, you know what actual pain is. But other than that,
Yeah.
I've seen this movie. Oh God, how long has it been?
Hey, what the fuck?
What's up with the
Probably been
phone?
like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
It's been
So
like
it's been
10
a
years since I've
minute.
seen it. Because a
Right.
lot of the old movies I used to watch a lot. Because in regards to Miyazaki
Oh, he
films, that's why I always
disappeared.
prefer the older ones. That tend to be more complex and more dark and more mature,
Mm-hmm.
or just more, I guess, cyberpunkish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
What? He got a mask on. You got
What are
jokes.
you
you
poking
okay, bro?
fun at,
He
at
got
Jay?
jokes
Because
because
he
I said, "Do he got no
said
body?"
I
But
ain't catching
I do
shit.
hope you feel better though, Jay. I hate when
yeah, I
your
do
Yeah.
body
too.
doesn't agree with your
Yeah,
life
trust
at the
me.
moment.
Like I said, it
Sending you
doesn't
my
agree with me right
blessings,
now. It's not
Jay.
my
Don't
stomach or
you
anything.
sneeze,
Thank goodness.
I'm
I could
logging
not be
off.
out here if it was my stomach.
Yeah.
But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, just more pain in my chest area, which is a little bit. But other than that, I'm okay. Like I
Chest
said,
pain now. Hold on, I'm a nurse. Wait, you got heartburn or something?
no,
Right.
it
You got
can't be
GERD?
heartburn. I can tell you that
It's
heartburn,
not
like,
heartburn?
actually feels like you ate too much hot stuff, and I don't eat a lot of hot stuff to be honest.
Okay.
So no,
Mm-hmm.
I quit that when I realized that your stomach hurts more whenever you eat hot things,
Does
or
this
at
happen
least things that are
often? Do
too
you get
spicy.
chest pain often?
A while ago, I'm talking about like when I was like maybe like 25 and below, but after that it
Mm.
stopped. It stopped
Okay.
like probably
If
like
it
for like a
don't, if
total of
that don't
6 years.
resolve, honey,
Don't
you might
worry.
want to
Mm.
go get that looked into.
Oh no,
All
I
right
did
now.
one time
Well,
already, and they told me it wasn't my heart because they already checked
oh,
that out,
okay.
and I'm like, okay, if it's
Okay.
not that, then what the hell is it? Please tell me, because
Yeah.
because if I trust me, I'm gonna be really pissed off if
Mm-hmm.
I end up dying from this because I'll be
Yeah, then you have
very
to hunt
pissed.
them. That's what I always threaten people
Yeah.
with. If I
Yeah.
die, I'm
What
coming
Yeah.
you,
straight to your
what you gonna
house.
haunt
Oh
you?
Come
no
get
no
Yeah.
me,
You
shoot
gotta
please
up.
get
please
Like,
I'm coming back from the dead and
right. Get them in their
I'm gonna
sleep.
haunt you
Yeah,
realistically.
I'd be like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up in your house.
Right.
Let me
Actually, you'd
die.
be
you
lucky if
gave
I
me a
come back as
bad
Blade.
diagnosis.
You gave
Right.
me a wrong diagnosis. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hunt you
right.
the rest of your life and your
Right.
kids.
Yeah, but regards
But
to that
no,
question, when I said destination
yeah,
or journey, and I typed in the chat like that's a complex question, honestly.
right.
Because there's a series called
Mm-hmm.
Akatsuki no Yona, and her whole thing is along a journey to go around the kingdom that her father particularly made, and also fix the things that he was trying to do because he wanted to keep his daughter from violence and not let her take up weapons. You know, be daddy's little girl. You know how fathers are, how we all are. We'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, by meeting these dragons that join her, she's changing through her journey. Like it's changing. Like the journey is
Hmm.
changing her before they get to the destination. And if
Okay.
I'm looking at every single incarnation of what a series is when it comes to the journey that leads to destination, if there's no character growth, then the journey is pointless to me because
Mm.
it's not gonna end up what we thought it is. You did a whole Attack on Titan thing yesterday. I didn't watch it, but I know what you were thinking when you said like technically the whole journey they've been doing to get to the end. And our main character Aaron is
Oh
like
my
edge
God,
lord material.
it's so good.
He changed.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That's my anime husband. So, oh my God, I
Well,
love
tell your
Attack on
husband
Titan.
that.
I told my husband, I said, you got to compete with Aaron Yeager. And he was like, oh, what I got to do? I said, I'm all for a genocidal maniac if it's for the right reason. That's my thing. I'm
Okay.
into it. Um,
Okay, what the fuck? I know you want to
I
respond to that
always
one.
like
What?
anti-heroes. Look, I love Thanos. I love a good, yeah, kill them all. Daenerys,
Right.
yeah, let's go. Kill them
Oh,
all.
I
Yep.
remember on Game of Thrones, you was all for
I can't believe
Cersei,
she just said
but
that.
Oh yeah.
She said,
Oh
I never heard
yeah.
no lady say I agree with Thanos. I mean, most of the
Oh
men
no,
would agree
Thanos
with
was
it.
right. Hashtag Thanos was right every time.
I do
Oh
think he was
no.
right. Personally,
Thanos and Killmonger were right.
yes, they were.
Exactly. Killmonger, all of
Killmonger
them,
was
they
on
my
the
boo.
crazy side, but I agree
I
with
have a
Thanos more
thing. I
philosophically.
have a thing
So
for a
yeah,
man that has who does what's necessary. He's gonna get the job done. He understands
right.
the assignment. Oh, all them people gotta die, yeah, but somebody got to die. And it ain't gonna be y'all because I care about y'all. So hey, yeah, go ahead. Kill
No,
My
everybody.
God,
no,
dude.
no.
Go
I agree
Aaron.
with you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with the
So
funk. I answered
You
the
and your
question.
husband
Go
be
ahead.
role playing. You be coming in as Thanos, just be snapping fingers, and your clothes, half your
yeah.
clothes disappear.
Kill
Y'all
them
be
all.
on.
right.
Kill them all.
Mhm.
You tell
But so
me.
I hear you saying that you think that the journey is more important than the destination, correct? That's
I
my
think
assessment.
yes, I think so. Definitely.
Okay.
At least before I turn over to what the funk, I think it
Mhm.
is because whatever woman or person decides to join me on my destination or where I'm going, I think I'll always look on it when I'm old. I'm like, that journey to where we are now was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an actual story because that's the destination. I think that's like the goal line, but I think
Mhm.
the actual purpose of you reaching destination is the journey itself, because you
Yeah.
have to learn, you have to grow different, you have to be very different, and there are going to be things that shapes you throughout this thing. Like Hatsuki no
Mm-hmm.
Yona, like I said before, that girl has changed so differently than
I
what she
never
was when
seen
she
that.
first started. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
never
one you
seen.
might actually like. I think you would like that one.
Can you type the
um
name of it in the chat?
I will.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and the
So,
thing is with that one.
type it without spell checking. I want to see how bad your Japanese looks when you type.
Who,
So
me?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be
Type, yeah.
immaculate.
Oh, you mean hers? I'm gonna say because
Yeah,
mine ain't bad.
cause
What you
you know
talking
we
about?
be over here butchering Japanese, honey.
Yeah, I've
We be
seen
over
it.
here saying these
Yeah, yeah.
names. Trash Can
Yeah,
Waves came up here and called Mikasa Malika. I was like, who is that? Who's Malika?
You know, like
So,
dead ass. You could do a whole live stream where both of y'all just pronounce Japanese words, and I would
yeah,
be all for
the
it.
vowels don't be vowing for me. I just it
Yeah.
don't work. Yeah, I know
right.
ShyCutie will butcher her name and
Oh man, in a
in a
heartbeat.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Right.
what about you with the phone? What do you think about the journey versus the destination?
Oh well, the
I'm
destination
chilling now.
to me, it's not really that important. I kind of equate it to art. Like nobody really wants to see an artist in the process of making art. They just want to see the finished product. Like if I make
Mm,
an art piece, when I finish it, everyone will be like, "Oh my god, it looks amazing." But if I showed you like a video of me creating it where it's like my place is all jacked up and paints everywhere, everyone would be like, "Oh my god, this dude's crazy. I got paint all on my face. Like
right.
it looks horrible." But that's the process that you need to kind of go through to make something beautiful. And it's the same thing.
Mm,
Sometimes you can go through a really messed up situation or a really horrible struggle to come out into something really amazing. And so I'm always a fan of really reflecting and noticing the journey. And I feel like when you kind of get to your destination, that's where a lot of people kind of lose focus. A lot of people kind of, I think, sometimes when you die, because once you
mhm,
feel like you got to your destination, well, then what? And I think a lot of people end
Mm-hmm.
up losing themselves. Like once they've accomplished that so-called goal that they've been striving for, then
Mm-hmm.
the next thing is death. So I'm always about like people have always told me like, oh man, you should write a book, and I'm like I'm not done. Like if I write a book, that means I think I know something. Like I don't know anything. I'm just
right.
just free grabbing it my whole life. And yeah, the journey is truly. I think it's truly epic. Even if it's something bad, you can always kind of keep it in your head like, oh, this is just part of that journey. Because once you get to that destination, you know,
That's it.
it's you have a
Right.
new one.
I mean, depending on the destination. Like if the destination is death, I mean, of course, the afterlife, but that's it on this plane.
Mm-hmm.
Like once
Okay,
you
so
die,
what is something that you guys? What's your destination right now on something? Like, what is something you're trying to accomplish, and then what's beyond it?
I'm trying to get monetized
Okay,
on YouTube.
so after you get monetized, then what?
Yeah, then we have to make a new goal post.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess this is a kind of a cool way to notice like this whole YouTube thing is actually your journey until you do get monetized. Like so,
Right.
every video that you do, everything that you, every convert, like everything that you kind of do relating to this is all part of that journey. So
Right.
yeah,
Which
so
I'm enjoying.
don't stress.
I like it.
Don't be if you're not monetized. Just take your time with it, and you're gonna get there. I mean, your
Oh,
content's something
I'm in
that's
no rush. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
do enjoy I enjoy the journey of getting there. Like I enjoy these smaller audience, small videos. It gives you a lot of grace to make mistakes and like kind of figure
Mm-hmm.
yourself out. So yeah, I definitely think that even this process speaks to the journey is more important than the destination. Because if I was just to reach monetization without this journey, like who knows what kind of follies I would make. If I didn't
That's
put in the work first. So I definitely think
This lady's smart.
yeah, I'm definitely
yeah.
on the side of the journey is important.
Yeah.
What about you, ShyCutie?
I definitely think that the journey is important. My biggest the last couple years, one of my biggest journeys has been, being healthier, losing a little bit of weight, and stepping outside of my comfort zone. And before I don't think in my early like 20s or maybe my mid 20s, I would have appreciated the journey as much. But now I appreciate the journey because there's so many things you learn along the way, like when you just take the time to process what you're seeing, what you're doing, you retain more. You value the information more
Right.
as you're going through the journey. And then sometimes I find that if you're taking your time through the journey, you're actually really soaking it up in and learning. Like you're
Hmm.
truly digesting and learning it. And I think that that's the most important part because all the lessons that you learn through your journey, when you get to your destination, that's what's going to keep you going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
keep you from like kind of backtracking or dropping the
Backtracking.
ball, fumbling the bag.
Yes.
Once you get there, you kind
Right,
of
right.
have all those things. I definitely
You
So what are
agree.
you going to do after you get to your destination? You said your journey is like losing a little bit of weight and getting healthier. So
Mhm.
what are you going to do once you have lost the weight that you want to lose and you're as healthy as you want to be? That's when you start
I'm gonna
stripping.
just no.
They don't make a
That's
lot of money
funny.
for real.
Right.
Not all strippers make a lot of money.
No, not these
Who don't
days.
make a lot of money? Strippers?
Not all strippers make a lot of money. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Plus, she's married. What the heck?
right.
I know
I'm
That's the
like,
strippers,
what?
scores,
man.
y'all. Huh?
Huh?
I know
I
strippers who
knew a
are
lot of
married.
strippers. I knew a lot of
Yeah,
strippers.
I'm
Yeah,
not
me
that
too.
kind of
Out of your damn mind.
Don't judge
He
don't
no.
doesn't.
judge us, Jay. Don't give us that face,
Don't
Jay.
judge
We
us.
had a past life.
Yeah, I knew a
My,
lot
So
of
my
you
them.
so
past
And I
life
was
don't allow
shocked
me to
when I
do that.
found out. I was like, girl, you can make that waiting tables over here with me. Why you taking off your
Right.
clothes for that?
Hey, listen.
Right.
I'd rather she be a waitress at a cafe. I'd be cool with that.
That's what I'm saying. Some of them was making
I'm
like
cool with
server
that.
money, and it was like, girl, you can make that waiting tables
You can
with your clothes
right.
on. Like, yeah. So
Seriously.
all strippers do not make great money.
No.
Just so y'all know, just putting it
Not
out there.
all strippers are created equal.
You remember Foxy Ladies, girl?
That's a good
Right.
quote.
Woo.
put
Girl.
that
Woo!
on a
Down
t-shirt.
it,
Not
down
all
All
at the
strippers
strippers
are
are not
dirty.
created
created
equal.
equal.
There's I love that.
All strippers
Or
are all
They
strip
are
clubs
not.
are not created equal. Cause honey,
Nope.
Foxy Ladies is a
No.
mess.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, strip club in Wisconsin compared to L.A.
it's like
What
y'all
does more
hilarious.
better?
It's true though.
L.A.
You know that's true. Remember Foxy Lady? I know you know
ooh,
what Foxy Ladies is.
Right.
So
I went
moving
Right,
on.
to a
MJ.
horrible strip club.
Oh no, you didn't answer
Ooh.
the question because we went on a side mission about strippers. But he said, "What are you gonna do after after
Oh,
you reach
after
your goal?"
so for me, once I hit my destination, number one, I think that I would love to spread the knowledge and share my journey with someone who probably experienced a similar challenges, during their journeys. Because I me and my sister-in-law talk about this all the time. You get on Instagram and you see all these fit moms, but you don't ever see the ugly, parts of the journey. You always see them when they're already fit. I would love to share my good and my bad and to like just help someone understand that it's okay if you don't feel like working out sometimes. It's okay if you question if you're going to be able to do it. That's okay because that I feel like those thoughts are normal. But I would want to share and help someone to tell themselves differently, to retrain their thought process as they're going through the journey. And that it's not easy, but it's a necessary, process in the journey. And that if you continue to be consistent with it, you will eventually get to where you're trying to go.
Baby steps. What about you?
Baby
With the
steps.
funk, is there a destination you're working on currently?
Hmm. Uh, yeah. My destination was I was really kind of looking forward to getting like my live show and everything kind of started, but with my ex catching COVID, I really had to because I was going to start it in February, but with her catching COVID, I
Mm,
had to like do double time on kid time, and I just was
mm-hmm.
like, let me.
Okay.
I'm not even going to add that in right now because now I'm almost at almost like 75, like 25 custody until my ex gets
Mm.
healthier, so she can just kind of take a break. So yeah, I think in March I really want to like I have my channel already started with the funk videos, but I'm really kind of looking forward to tying all the things together where I'm going to start having conversations and live streams. And what I want to do for my channel is I want to start having conversations for my kids for in the future. So while my brain's still kind of good, I want to be able to talk to my daughter when she's like 18 and has her first like major breakup. But I probably won't be able to be as funny as I am now, as I need to be when she's 18. Like, so I want to have these kind of conversations with people on YouTube and be like conversations with my kids, you know, and just in case maybe if I'm not even here, that, you know, I can start, they can always look and say like, okay, this is what my dad and some random YouTube stranger said to do when, you know, I lost my first fight, or when I, you know, when I have my first kid, or when I'm really going through, like, I don't know, like my first metaverse breakup. I don't know what the future is going to be, but I think
my first metaverse breakup.
Right.
You know, like, what to do when you get, you know, when you get ghosted in the metaverse, you know, and I'll be like, bro, suck that shit up. What's wrong with you? But I really am looking forward to kind of mapping out like some of the conversations I want to have with my kids in the future now, and do that on this YouTube channel and kind of make it really different. So I'm definitely going to tap into both of y'all about that anyway, because I know that you both are
we clown.
Some of my, like, you guys are my type of energy, you know.
Okay. I was like, we be clowning over here. You know,
we
how
do. We
Oh, it's funny because I do jump on a lot of panels with people.
Your prom dress on, like, what you doing?
What you talking about?
You got your prom dress on.
This is a top. It's a crop top.
It's just a top. It's an aesthetic.
It's a top. It's an aesthetic. You know what? It's funny because I do. This is part of my. This is also a separate journey, like being authentic and just. I definitely think that. Black women and Black people, but Black women especially, we still are fighting the monolith, the view that we're all the same, and we're not all the same. And so this is part of my journey of being authentic. I've always been this person. But you know, I typically would not wear this to public. Shocking. I'm not gonna wear this to the grocery store, just in case y'all didn't know, realize it. But I do think it's important to show.
So if someone cash apps you like a dare for you to go to a Walmart in that outfit, like,
I'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna test you on that one day.
I don't feel any type of way about wearing this out. But I just don't like, it's also not you know how sometimes people are into like very niche things and it almost becomes their whole personality, where they're not confident enough to be outside of that. Like when they take the makeup off and the wigs off, they don't know who they are. I don't suffer with that, so I'm always comfortable going out in my like regular form, I guess. Like I'm always comfortable doing that. So this is for me. This isn't for anybody else. So I don't feel the need to wear it to the grocery store because it's probably just going to bring attention that I don't necessarily need or want. And I prefer to keep it for who it's for. It's, you know, if I'm around other women who are into kawaii culture and aesthetic, I'm always willing to wear this and stuff. So it's kind of like respecting it at the same time of just not throwing your pearls before swine kind of mentality. That's kind of how I see it. I do want to read.
I've noticed that during this pandemic time, because I'm always like chatting up with ladies online, and I've noticed there's a really great sector of women who like have become homebodies, but like they actually are like homebodies and they're dressed. Like I know this one lady, she's always at home with a dress, and like she has on her ornaments. Of course, she got crystals because you know she one of them sisters.
She like Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah. But there's a lot of sisters that really be at home like dressed up because it was like they work at home, they're at home, and they're not going out. They don't want the attention, but they still want to make sure that they kind of not the facade, but they like to build themselves up at home. And I think
you gotta
that's something
feed that
amazing.
Side.
Yeah. You gotta feed. You
Are
gotta
you
feed.
as well?
Hold on, can we read MJ's comments first because he answered your question? You asked him what his destination was. He said, "My destination is to become a man of dignity and honor. For me, the destination is the most important thing because that's what shapes his journey." That is an interesting perspective. Okay. That they kind of like have a symbiotic relationship. Like you can't really enjoy the journey if you don't have a destination. So
that's true.
I think that's
I like that, MJ.
Like if you don't have a destination, there's no journey.
Right.
Well, yeah, but what happens if maybe something happens where you have to change your destination? Like sometimes
Mm,
life throws you a curveball and you can't be what you thought you wanted to be, and then that throws you off. That's why I always kind of
Mm-hmm.
say, like, don't really focus so much on the destination. Just focus on the journey. Be like, just enjoy the moment of life, and whatever will be will be.
but doesn't that
It's
put you on a path of this? Doesn't your journey become now the journey of resilience?
no, it becomes the
Like
journey
it,
of randomness.
I know. I just think you have to be resilient and flexible, and then like that's also part
Yeah.
of the It doesn't mean your destination may have changed. It's just kind of like, are you
Yeah.
flexible to maybe? I don't know. That's kind of been my experience in life. Like my
Mm-hmm.
destination, even when I thought it changed, it really didn't.
It
It was
didn't
just
change.
like my journey changed to the
Yeah.
same
Okay, I see
destination.
that.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
you had to kind of take a different route to land you in a similar destination, but doesn't mean the destination changed. It just
Yeah.
means that throughout the journey, you had to learn to be flexible and learn that you can approach getting to your destination more than just the way you thought. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Oh, that's
Which is also something I've learned.
Yeah. You have to be like water, right?
You do. You have to learn to kind of roll with the punches when you have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You too.
Ooh, look at us being all Japanese. Like, you must
Ah,
be
Right.
yeah.
like
Good.
you
Look,
must be
like
like
Bruce
the
Lee.
river,
Like Bruce Lee always
be
said, you
like
must be like
koi
water.
fish that
Right.
travels up the stream
Right.
against the
Yeah. Be
Look,
current
like
don't
of
water.
don't
the
just go in the water.
rivers of
You have to
life.
be the
You know.
water.
I think being
Right.
like water is good because, I always
Yeah.
said that in my nursing career because in chemistry, water is the great neutralizer. It's
Yeah.
it's it's something. It's the universal solvent. It is
It
everything
is.
can kind of most things can, you know, dissolve in it if it's dissolvable. And so yeah, I think I always say when people would give me energy, I would be like water.
Hmm.
I'll neutralize your energy oftentimes. Instead
Hmm.
of just I don't always give it back. I would just neutralize it. So I'm like water, you know?
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
man,
think
Yeah.
it's
that's a
like
good way to
you
be.
spitting like the holistic version of WAP. I love it.
Right.
The holistic version.
You
Summer
ever
Miss Pie
find?
said,
Oh,
I think it
yes.
needs a balance. Enjoy the journey, but expect
Spit
road
rover.
works. That's true.
Summer
That's
mince
wise.
pies. I
I'm
I
trying to think of
appreciate
how
agree.
you
they got
from
that
me. I
little
think that
coffee
is
at the end.
true.
Oh, that's the
Huh?
Twitch emoji. But
Yeah.
go ahead, ShyCutie. What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It'll come back.
It'll come back. Well, how about this? We were talking about our
It's
destinations.
part
Jay,
of the
you were kind
journey.
of yeah, you were gone. Do you have a destination
You
that you're
okay?
trying to get to?
A destination.
Yeah, because we were all talking about our current
Jay
destinations we're
said, I'm
working
just
on.
trying to figure out this heart stuff, this chest stuff right now. That's my
No,
destination.
I'm fine now. Trust me, I'm fine right
Okay,
now.
Oh, you
that's
Trust
good?
me.
good.
Okay, great.
Yeah, trust
I'm
me.
glad.
You have to like hang yourself upside down and it goes away. I don't know how,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it goes away.
Now,
I've
so
done
you're
that
gonna have me
before.
thinking
Spider-Man,
about
really?
anatomy and stuff like, okay, so that means that
So
your
he
heart not
said,
getting enough blood, which means you having
right,
some kind of issue with
What?
your
He's in
right,
is he
right.
playing
venous
Spider-Man pose?
system,
Is like
which means you having blood pressure issues. Have you eaten or do you have low blood pressure? Like, see, that's how the
That
nurse
I don't
brain
know
works.
actually.
Yeah,
I
you can't
don't
just
know.
Yeah,
say
If I had
stuff.
high blood pressure, then that would make sense. But I don't have high blood pressure.
It might be
Trust me.
low.
you
But
might.
no,
Yeah.
no. But honestly,
Yeah.
the destination wise, I do have a
Hmm.
destination I am trying to reach. But I think
Okay.
the journey I'm taking, important how to get there, also matters.
For
If I
sure.
don't take the proper steps within that journey to yeah, if within the proper journey to reach it, then the destination is completely utterly
High
useless to
trash
me.
can wave.
Right. So what's the current
Right.
destination that you're working to get to? I know you talked about Japan, literally.
That is one.
Hmm.
Well, actually, yeah. See, Japan does play a part of that, but there's also a bigger one because a bigger part of what I'm trying to reach. So it
Okay.
is to go to Japan overall, but that is not the end all be all. It's
Okay.
kind of like my man what the funk has done for the most part. Like what my brothers have done. Start their own family and start having their own children, explaining their bloodline, things like
Hmm.
that, and also share to share that to share that with someone until I'm in the ground. So I'm cool with that. To put it
Okay.
very blunt when I say that. So yeah, to share that time with someone. Because let's be
Hmm.
real, Do you really think there are people out there that love doing that by themselves? That because it goes back to my favorite saying: would you rather be a miserable genius or a happy moron?
I
And guess
think
what?
there's some
Now,
people.
which one benefits you more? And
What?
I'm talking about when you go out. Probably a happy moron in that point.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'll find a woman to be along your journey for the rest of your life, or do you think it's going to be like just multiple women and you know, I know you maybe want.
Can
I
you
know
say
you
that
maybe
first
want.
part
You
again?
said
Because you were breaking up and I couldn't
Yeah,
hear what you said.
I,
um
I,
Can you restate
me either.
that?
Do
What
you
the phone?
think that you'll find one woman to go along with your journey and be with you until your last days for the rest of your life, or do you honestly think it's going to probably be a series of different women?
Here you go.
Oh,
Here you go.
that is a good question. At least for me, when I'm not gonna trust me when I get in Japan. I'm not gonna overthink this shit. Is what it is. Let me pardon my French when I say that. I'm not gonna overthink this, because you overthink it. Like this is the biggest problem. People stop overthinking stuff. Stop because I
mm-hmm.
think too much to
Can't know that.
begin with. But
Right.
Yeah.
but the thing is, just I would say, do I expect multiple? Okay, I'm probably gonna get around the first time, but probably right the second time, more often than not.
You could
So,
get it right the first time. You
oh,
can.
sweetheart, I have the
Wait,
mindset
Oh,
of a modern
sorry.
day lady. When it came to that, I'm like, I want to get it right the first time. I don't want to no
Right.
do overs,
Right.
like no take backs, like because you got one chance to do it right. Because when I marry you,
Yeah.
I'm marrying you, and that's the end of that. I don't do
Oops. I didn't
divorces
mean to click that.
because I just want to get it
Oh,
Okay.
right, all right the first time. But that seems very
That's why I said don't let what
childish
the
when you
phone get
say
in your
something like that.
head.
That's why I can't
yeah.
say it like that.
Don't be.
Um, I mean, that's just
What
me
the funk
saying.
over here?
Yeah, I already hear the energy. That was more
I
responsible
can
And
than
if
see
she's
it
in
on
the
anything.
his
I
country
face.
can
and
feel it.
she ain't and she's just like just a nice person, I'm like, all right, I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it. Talking
Yeah.
about
Well,
feeling
okay.
that, yeah.
Well, we talked about kind of all of our destinations, and we all seem to unanimously. MJ in the chat said they think the destination is more important, which was an interesting perspective. I think that's
That is
true,
interesting,
and
actually.
that actually made me because I think as a woman, like deciding to follow a man, like submit to a man, and like be in marriage with him, he has to have a destination. I mean,
Yes, in order for you
I'm
to
not
follow
coming on
him,
a
yes.
journey if I don't know where we going.
Well, not
So
just
Yeah.
yeah, he has to have
yeah,
a destination to the journey you're going on with him.
yeah,
That's the best way I can say that. Because that's
yeah,
why I say that's a complex question what you just asked. And that's why I
yeah.
can't say it's just one way or the other. And I'd love to just pick one. I can't do that. That's some that's
They're
some
closely
literally Shakespeare stuff you really gotta be thinking about, to be honest.
They're
Yeah.
really deeply
Yeah.
interwoven into each other. So that's why I
Yeah.
They
say
are.
in some
You
degree
can't
you can't
separate them.
expect you can't
Mm-mm.
just expect a woman to just be following you. Well, I mean, I guess a
For my
ride or die.
destination,
That's
though.
what a ride or die is. Like she just be
Yeah.
like, we riding. I'm like, I'm not a ride or die. I am
Okay.
I
I
mean,
need to know where
there's
we're
some women
going.
who just enjoy being in the
Oh,
ride with you, and they don't really care about the
Yeah.
destination. And then there's some
Yeah,
women
that's
that
not
also
me.
focus on where
That's
your journey
Right.
is.
right.
I'm not that
I think
Oh
woman.
as
man,
I'm
trust me,
sorry.
we
men,
have too
sometimes we
many
really don't
series where a
know.
bunch of women just did that and just followed the dude, and I'm just like,
Right.
did you know
I
where you
mean,
were
I
trying to
think
go?
that works for some people. Like what the phone says, she just enjoys being on the ride with you. I mean, but
Right.
I'm definitely not that person. Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
know where we going. Yeah.
You don't
Right.
know.
So that's just me. I'm sorry.
I
I'm just
don't
like that.
know.
His destination might be to own a McDonald's by way of working himself up through the ranks. You down for him? I
Okay.
mean, McDonald's managers be making cute little money.
Yeah. I'm
Work from the
down.
manager,
What you want to
then
do?
I mean,
Cute
yeah,
little
the
money,
girls
like
might see something.
They
Right.
make cute
Right.
little
Cute.
money.
Cute little money.
I'm just
cute
saying
little
they
money.
do. Depending
Making
on
it
your
rain with the
life.
same
I've heard
deal,
that
like
argument before.
Yeah.
The McDonald's
But
manager argument. I've heard that
But it's
before.
not
right.
if he's asking like me, Kawaii Bree, is that for me? I mean, no. But it's for somebody.
Right.
it's for
I mean, if she had a
somebody else,
McDonald's sign in the
not
bag, then
me.
I'm like, I'd be
Yeah.
questioning her.
It's not for me. Is it for you,
Yeah.
ShyCutie? That's it. You going with the
Is it for
McDonald's?
me? No. No.
Yeah. Free fries
But I
though?
do I do
Well,
respect
those
a
dudes.
person who knows where they're like if that's what they want to do and they sure and that's gonna make them happy, that's great. Do I
Yeah.
want to go on that particular journey?
But
No.
see, that's when I gotta hear the plan. Like, how long are you
Yeah.
gonna give it to work up? Like, because some people
Right.
I think do
That's the
get lost.
journey, the plan.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
get lost though. Like, how long are you trying to do this plan though?
Just
Like,
don't let it
if
take forever.
yeah, if so many years you're not getting no promotion, like
Yeah, I'm waiting
you
6 years
know,
before we get married. That's funny.
Right.
yeah. After I reach my destination, just like on a road trip, I head back home, which is my next destination. Oh, that's
Okay.
so sad. Okay, sorry. That's my brother, so that makes me sad.
I got you.
Oh.
Yo,
Oh,
I actually like the comment he wrote on there. He said, "My
I think he's
destination
meaning
is
that
become a man
he
of
heads
dignity
home to
and
like
honor. I respect
regroup
that."
and think of his next destination. I think
No,
that's what he
I
was
thought he
saying.
meant like dead, dying.
No, no, I don't think
Oh,
he
No,
meant
okay.
no, he
that.
talking about
Okay.
No,
headed back home.
I think he meant like he goes to his safe space, which might be home, to like rethink his next.
Yeah, like after he
I mean,
hits
it's your brother, so he
destination, he
probably know
bring
better
it
than
back.
me.
Yeah, I got really morbid right there. I don't know. I be doing it
You
sometimes.
really did. I was
Let's
like,
go.
damn. Okay,
I
how
know. I
dare you
was
get
like, I don't
morbid
want
in a
my brother to
prompt?
die.
I know.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one. So there's also another theme in this movie about lost love. I don't know why I didn't capitalize it, and that's really irritating me. So I'm gonna fix it. But there's this theme of her chasing. She was chasing a ghost basically, the whole time. So she had this guy. I mean, she didn't know much about him in the first place to really justify her pursuit. They made a short connection, and she was young, and
Yeah.
so she spent the whole movie pursuing this guy, and this key that she kind of kept was like her little memento and reminded her of the journey and kept her going most of the time. He's my not death home. Okay.
Not death. Woo, MJ.
um
Thank you for
right.
that.
So, I got morbid real quick.
Right.
But so have any of y'all, we'll start with us to Sheena. We'll start
Okay.
with us. Have y'all ever had like or even known somebody who could not really move forward in their life because of some like love or a possibility that they couldn't let go of? So I'll start with you, ShyCutie, unless you need a second to think.
Um.
Are you still
Yeah.
Are you still blocked on Facebook by them? Is you being funny?
What?
I don't know what the fuck in there. He's double
What the
timing.
fuck?
He in
What
the
you up
chat
to?
talking. I don't know what he's talking about. Are you still blocked? Do you want to answer that first, or you want me to go to somebody else? ShyCutie. It
I
could be
can
you
answer.
or somebody you know who you see struggle with it.
Yeah, I would have to say I experienced it with my mom firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
I experienced it with like a couple friends where for some reason they was always just in this back and forth place of, oh, it might work, or let me give it one more try, and then they give it a try and they get burned, and then they try it again, they keep getting burned, and I just be like, well, it's been, you're not getting any younger, maybe it's time for you to try something different if it's, not working for you. Same with my mom. She
Was
just
it
could
is a
not.
it was a lover that they couldn't like let go of the
Yeah, it
possibility with
was
them?
all
That's
of them were like lovers. It was like,
oh,
and the funny thing about it was this went on for at least like 4 whole years before they were finally able to just be like, oh, okay,
mm,
like, I don't know if it's like if they're like grieving at the same time that they're trying to move forward, so they just end up
mm-hmm.
getting stuck on the one person. But it was just such a like crazy thing to see. And so I think that because of me seeing that, that's why I feel the way I feel about my journeys and destinations, because I think that a lot of that happened because they didn't take the time to process what was happening in the relationships as they were in them. I think they were trying to
Mm,
process it all after everything went down, and it put them in a position of going back to making the same mistake because they
kind of
weren't
being like in
catching.
a endless loop in a way.
Yep, just in
Um,
a loop. Yeah.
MJ said he's seen people like that, and it's terrible to witness. They're
Oh yeah.
basically like the living dead, and they're stuck on a lost love.
Love.
So,
That's
um,
yeah. That's true,
that's
MJ.
sad. What
It's really
about
sad.
you, Jay? Have you seen that, or have you gone through that
Um,
yourself?
I think maybe not like chasing somebody, but when I was a kid, at least for me, this was my great grandmother. She passed away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Even though how bad kids are, you do some stuff that
Mm-hmm.
you regret. Um, there's something I did I can't really ever forgive myself for, and it's kind of like anytime I do think about it, it does make me sad. And it's just make sure to let her know that I'm sorry and I'm doing better, a lot better than that kid who wasn't, who wasn't really so good at the time. But it's something I'm like, I always try to use it in order to strive. I use it as a motivation mechanism to keep pushing myself, but also to really nail it to home that I do not want my kids to ever act like what I did.
Mm.
If I were to have any, I do not ever want them to act like that. Because you always think about in retrospect, like that's not right. Like, how would I feel if my kids acted like that? Like, seriously, like, you just be like, well, the kids can get away with it. Like, no. So it's just like a constant reminder of like, yeah, maybe I'm not like chasing the ghost itself, but like you're just chasing the past more often than not is what you are, and you're
Mm.
just letting you let it be a constant reminder in your brain to keep honing in on that. And I tell you, it's one of the worst feelings to ever feel. When I tell you, whenever I think about it, I'm like, God, Christ, yeah.
Do
So
you think is it like part of it, like being unable to forgive yourself for, or just like you
that's it.
forgiving yourself, but
That's it. That's really what it
okay.
is. Yeah, and it's honestly it's a way to really torture myself. Really, I know things I don't. There's some things that I do forgive that I have done, which are really bad. But that's one of the ones where it's more. I guess, more of a mechanism just to remind me not to do it again. But also, it is
Mm.
a form. It's a form of like punishing myself. Is what
Mm.
I do see it as. Because
Okay.
the worst I think the worst thing you can kind of do is just bury a hole for yourself. But the thing is, if you're not willing to learn from being in the hole itself, then what was the purpose? So, and I don't want nobody to get this misconstrued. I am I am not like by any means like torturing myself like purposely or anything like
Right.
that. I am not doing that. Whenever it does pop up, it just pops up as a reminder. I'm like, Granny, I'm doing fine. Don't worry. Like I said, I'm
Mhm.
not. Like I said, I'm doing good. I'm doing better every day. Don't worry. I'm doing fine. So, and
Well,
and
that's
it's just me always
good.
saying, like I said, it's always me saying, not sorry in that regards, but always showing her rather than telling her all the time, whether she's
Well,
here or
that
not with me. So that's kind of like me in a sense of like chasing, maybe not like I said, chasing the ghost, but understanding that the ghost is there, but she's not there to torture me.
yeah, you've
Only I
like
can do that.
transmuted the experience into something like helpful for your
Yes, helpful for my
current
psyche, but
life.
also for my development.
Which
Yes.
is
Okay.
that's
Have you ever
good.
thought of making a shrine for her?
Say it again.
Have you ever thought about making a shrine for her? Something that
Yes.
you talk to, and I think you should think about doing it. I think it'll help.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with
I,
like,
I think at one
It's
point
like
I
he's
was
made
especially to
one
try
in
to
his
get your alchemy right. I think you're trying to get your alchemy right, and you kind of wish that you treated her better than you did at the time, or even like you wish you could treat her and give her the love that you could give right now. Now that you know how to appreciate the lessons she tried to give, but maybe at the time when she was alive, you didn't have the maturity to understand that,
right.
and she wouldn't want you
Yeah.
punishing yourself at all. But you're going to always have
Hmm.
that in your
good.
head, like, oh man, I wish I did this, I wish I had done that. I think it's
Right.
smarter to build a shrine and like bring her along the journey of your life, and like
Hmm.
okay, this is what there's nothing wrong with talking to your elders. It really isn't. And where
Hmm.
you sit there and some people do it as like a form of meditation, even where it's just like they'll spend like a good 10 minutes a day and just kind of like when they got to get
Hmm.
some shit off their chest, because you
Right.
really are talking to yourself, but you're talking to yourself through your elder, and you can just sit
Right.
there and kind of like, man, Granny, ooh, you won't believe that, like, or even when things are positive, like you go to Granny,
I
like,
mean,
yo,
people do
I
that with
can't.
graves. It's like what people
Yeah.
do when they go visit graves and talk to
Yeah.
their
It's
loved
all.
ones who passed away. It's
Yeah.
like
And
the
it's
same
just a
kind
form
of
of respect that we talk to them because because
right.
I think I'll say this: the people who you'll notice this, people will go visit people who have passed away if they were if they were a huge integral part in their life, whether it be a boy or a girl. We will do that. I will do
Mhm.
that. I don't care
I
how
do.
normal it looks. Like this. Like I said, this is just what I do in order for to let those people know I haven't forgotten them and they're never forgotten from me. They're always
Hmm.
remembered, and just like I do need to vent some things out that some people just don't understand.
Well, forgive
I'm
yourself,
sorry. Hold
man.
on.
You
I
No, no,
do.
eventually
no.
forgive
You
yourself.
guys are fine.
I
You guys are
do
fine.
want to
I'm just saying like
read
that. Yeah.
a comment. Sorry, somebody was just in the background, just like making a sound. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It
okay.
threw me off. So MJ said they have people like, oh, we already read that part where the funk says nothing worse than being with friends with a person who can't move forward.
Move forward.
Even worse to smoke weed with them. Yeah, you stuck.
Mm.
Niggas don't have to hit it. You just
Right.
got to be there for the story.
Yeah.
They're always in remembering mode. That's kind of like how old people are too. Like when they
Yeah.
start getting like older in life, they're like constantly in this state of like remembrance and like
Remembering
bringing
good
forth
stuff,
things.
like romanticizing the past, but also showing
Remember
you
the
Yeah,
what's
good
good.
That
old
I'm
times.
fine with that, but it's like the person that's like that was in a dark place. Like, oh my god, my ex. Like, I wish she was this, or I wish like the person that can't move on. Like,
Right.
especially if you're a friend with that person, it's really tough to like. You're like, bro, let's
talk
go
to
out, let's do something different. And they just like, no,
Yeah.
no, I just want to sit here and
no.
reminisce about what things used to be.
Have you ever
You just
been that
wasted my weed.
person?
I got bubblegum kush, and yeah.
Right.
Have I been that person?
Have
No.
you ever experienced that where you had to have a moment? Okay, but you just seen it in other people.
A-
So all of y'all,
no,
like pretty much
absolutely.
when you've broken up with somebody or like missed an opportunity, I hear everybody saying like besides what Jay's saying, like someone you really care about maybe feeling like you did wrong by them. But outside of that, like relationship wise, like love, in a relationship way, all of y'all are pretty good with like moving on when that's over. Is what I
Very
hear
much. Yeah,
everybody
I'm really
saying.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
And
I would
how
I'm
do
say
y'all
really
the
good.
release is more. I would say the release is more of a blessing in disguise more than it is an actual curse. Because like
mm,
technically, when you take it upon yourself to like not let that person go and resolve things, it really messes you up on the inside. And I'll put myself on a chopping block, guys. I'm not a freaking walking brick wall. I'm not. I am not. Now more so I am, but I'm talking about back in the day. I'm like, oh, hell no. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that just affected me, and it's just like, and there's just it
you
was
gotta
up to
learn.
me to really figure out how to deal with all these things, and then finally get closure on it from my ex. I'm like, that felt good to get closure. Good to
Right.
get
Yeah, people
closure.
sleep
I
on
know it wasn't
closure.
me. I knew it. Well, first of all, I knew it wasn't me, but more affirmation that it wasn't me. But also, I need to know what was going on with her. That's what it is. Because if it wasn't caused by me, then who did? Then who did it? And I'm just like, now that I know, it's a lot better. And I talked. And what the fuck was on my stream when we talked about that? On
Yeah.
we talked about men's experiences with women. We talked about that, and I talked about my experiences of how I had experience with a certain girl, such and such, and I said like there were certain things that I didn't that I needed to know. And the fact that it take God Christ, how many years? Like 5 years to finally get an answer out of that is like relief for me. And I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
like 5 years they like basically had you on hold. I did want to ask y'all
Had
a
you on the hook?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have you on
Right.
the hook. I wanted to ask a
Yeah.
question because we're talking about like letting go and possibilities. And like we saw in the movie, she was basically holding on to somebody she met in her like early year. I mean, young woman, and it like
Young.
formed her life chasing this man
Right.
who, like, I mean, I don't really know if they even had a connection. I do think that's something that happens to women more often than men. And the reason I may say I think I'm thinking that is because I was on Yella's stream. Shout out to Yella. And we were talking about settling. And I was saying that I think everybody settles. I don't think settling is bad. It's like leveling out. When you think of the word literally, settling is like you've leveled out to where you need to be,
Right.
right? And like when your foundation settles, that's a good thing, like in your house, for instance, right?
Right. Right.
But how we end up settling, I think, is the difference. I think most women like come out the gate thinking that their perfect partner exists and is out there, and then it's more so like a settling with reality. Not to say like your partner is less than, it's just like a lot of us have ridiculous expectations about what we're going to get when we go out into the world, right?
Right.
And
We
so I
do.
That's what
think
I'm
that
saying.
that's why this movie makes like a good sense, because it's like she really like it didn't have anything actually to do with the man, the guy who she was pursuing. She like projected all these things on him that made her spend her whole life chasing him. And to answer my own question, I have seen friends do that, like kind of hung up on the possibility of some dude or some guy who doesn't exist Even the
Right.
ones they say they holding out for, how they present, how they exist in their mind isn't the reality of who that person is. So
Mm-hmm.
in essence, they're chasing a ghost because it's a
Yeah.
shadow of a person that does not exist. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I definitely,
You know, when you ask women who their fantasy guy is, like who they think of, like I've asked women, like who are you thinking? Like, when guys are thinking, like when they're masturbating, like they're thinking of like a girl they saw like one time, like a girl they saw like
right.
a week ago in
It,
Walmart, or like some actress. And
Oh
I
my
ask women,
god.
it's
like,
kind
who
of
do you think
disconcerting.
of?
I'm a little
No,
concerned.
no, no. I'm a bartender.
a,
I'm
a
a
chick I
bartender.
saw
These
in
are questions you
Walmart.
have when people are drunk.
Right.
But
Yeah.
women, a lot of times,
The ideal
like
man is
they're thinking of
Omarion.
some shadow man. Like it's not an actual
Yeah.
person who they're thinking of when they're actually masturbating. It's like some
Mm.
shadowy figure who has like the body and a certain height, but he doesn't like have the face. Like, they don't really think of actual people. They have in their head like just the
I just care
like the
about this.
template of what the man's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
like
So that's
he's
what my
just taking them.
argument was. My
You
argument
think
was
of the
that,
guy on
Yeah.
a date and he takes them there. He's rowing a boat, and I'm like, but who's that guy? And they're like, I don't know
Right.
who he is. I'm like, what does
and
he
I
look
mean,
like?
but
And they're
women
like, I
will
don't. This
literally chase
guy.
that guy. Like their whole
Yeah.
life, women
Yeah.
will literally pass up. Like in the movie, she ended up getting married when she lost the key, which symbolized her kind of like that was her connection to him, and she
Yeah.
let go of it, and then she was able to get married to seem like a decent guy. But I think a lot
Yeah.
of women do that. Like we have
Right.
to
Yeah.
let go, not necessarily of a person, but
But of
like
the
of our
idea.
idea of what we thought we were gonna be with when we got married. And then once we
Right.
let go of that man, I feel like every woman has that man. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
doesn't
See, to
even
me, this
exist.
is like this is like the
For sure.
this is back to this goes back to suspension of disbelief until, and I will speak for the ladies on this part for them. That's what I'll do. Yes, majority your ideal man, technically, at least for girls when we were in middle school, you know which ones they were going for. It was either Marcus Houston or freaking Omarion. Enough said.
Right.
Don't worry, Nick Cannon wasn't on
Oh,
that list because he wasn't pretty boyish enough. I can
I
tell you
can't
that.
speak to that because I was not normal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Because like those are the ones that would go for. Like they think it's that guy.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
as they get older, they try to look for somebody similar to that dude, and if they can't find something like that, then they'll find like parts on like significant parts on them, which is really kind of creepy a little bit because I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
well, you
Frankenstein
want,
men.
yeah, exactly, Frankenstein a man. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, you want parts?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, all right. This is reminding, and I told him you reminded me of a very freaking sick, crazy movie that a woman did. A very thing. And when the
Yeah.
minute you do that, you are like kind of you. I think, like I said, you should be. Men should look out for you. Personally, they should be on the watch out for you because when
But
you're saying you want
women
to
love
different
women want to do
parts.
the Dragon Ball Z fusion with multiple men and turn them into
We
one man.
Right.
do. Why
We
can't
do.
I?
Y'all
The,
I
really
mean,
do
I
Right.
just
though.
feel like
you want the
why
cheater's
can't
body
I?
mixed with Goku's body, and then
Yeah, why
But
Right.
can't we
not
do
even
that?
just
I don't
two
get
dudes.
it.
It'd be like 6 or 7. Like
Yeah, it's
she
always
want
like
to do it a
5.
whole 6. Yeah.
You be like, see,
Yeah.
if I could take this from him and then put it with this from
Put this
him and then get this
full package.
one,
Right.
I'll have the perfect
right.
man. Don't we all do that? I
We
just,
do.
what about you, Shaki? Do you think all women do that? Because Yellow was saying men settle too, but they settle for the
Yeah.
woman that will have them, like out of all the women, and we settle
Yeah.
in a different way. Have you experienced that when you were younger? You had this like
He's right about that.
illusion of a man.
I
You got
think
married
that
young, so
yes. So I grew up pretty fast. So I experienced a lot of things very, very fast. I didn't really date until I was like almost 17, maybe. And my first boyfriend was just like he between my first boyfriend, my second boyfriend, and my husband, I learned that like yes, as women, we do put these thoughts and fantasies in our own minds about what these men are gonna be. Because like I've dated a really pretty boy, which I thought pretty boys was like the best thing to date because they're pretty and they this and this and that.
they look nice, right?
Yeah, but that pretty boy was not so nice looking after about 6 months. I was just like, he's a big old
Ooh,
baby. He
they
whine
change
all
up
the
on you
time.
quick.
I was like, no. And
He and
then
his
like,
feelings.
right, being it,
Mm-hmm.
they got it bad because they don't do no wrong. Okay, because they pretty all their life. They pretty, so they
Nah,
can't do
that's you
nothing wrong.
getting it. They light
Let you
skinned brothers.
tell a pretty boy that they did something wrong. They like, You just called them the scum of
But
the
I'm
earth.
pretty. What do you mean? Just like
Right.
very feminine energy.
Right.
Like I'm
Right.
pretty. What do you
I'm
mean?
pretty. You should go cook me a nice meal because I'm pretty. Excuse
Yeah.
you.
I feel like that's funny because I feel like women do that all the time. Like I think it's just repulsive because it's very feminine energy.
Right.
Oh,
Like I
actually,
think that's why it's
he's more
repulsive.
feminine than he is masculine. That's the only
Yeah.
difference with a pretty boy. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time.
But
It's
but
the same.
yeah.
Oh, I don't want to put him on a chopping block. Let's just be real. If I gotta do it, I
Call
gotta
his
do it.
name out. It's
No,
a
no,
safe
no, no, no. I'm
space.
not calling
Like,
name out.
don't
I'm
have
calling a
people coming
specific
over here
brand out. Like
cussing.
Nah,
K-pop
look,
boys.
man.
They look all pretty, but they ain't
K-pop.
masculine enough for you.
Right.
Oh, I
I
love
doubt
pretty K-pop boys.
Right. No,
Yeah, you
no
won't.
thanks.
Hey, listen, they look pretty to you, right? But guess what?
Yeah, I wouldn't marry them, but yeah, they're cute. They're nice to look at.
I've never been a pretty boy type of girl. This was just something I was like, let me try something different and just to kind of erase all of my thoughts about what a pretty boy is. I tried and I didn't like it. And that's okay,
Yeah.
you know.
But then when you let go of like, so was it your girlish like desires that drew you to him in the first place? Because I feel like as an adult woman, like you wouldn't be drawn to him in the first place. But I think a lot of us when we come out the gate with those girlish like desires, like the lady in the movie started off this movie very young. So
Yeah.
she's like in that same place that we're talking about.
Yeah. I think that so before that, for the pretty boy, I dated a very masculine person, very I will beat your behind person if you put your hands
A
on my
thug.
girl person.
Yeah, this
Exactly.
thug,
A
I don't
thug.
call it
That was
thug a
us.
thug.
Yeah, he was straight. He
Thug.
was hood. He was about that life, okay?
Yeah, he was
And
thug.
Okay,
and the crazy
a
thing
hood,
was he didn't
a
care if
hoodie
you was a
hood.
male or a female. Right, a hood. I had a hood.
Yeah.
Or if he had
I had
hood mentality. Either
Huh?
way.
I mean, well, we were in the hood, so yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I mean, I done
Yeah,
had a
but
taste of the
Yeah.
hood, and I done
don't
had a
act good.
taste of the,
She
you
got
know.
him her a hoodie hood.
A hoodie hood? What he say?
Hoodie hood, yeah.
She. When you live in the hood, you gonna date a few hood niggas.
you gonna catch at least one of them.
Yeah, you gonna date at least one or two.
Or they gonna catch
Tell that
you.
to the guys that wouldn't. Tell that to the guys that couldn't date hood sisters. Tell them that
Right.
we're actually hood.
And they gonna date hood, and they gonna date a few hood rats. It's just
No,
go
yeah.
both ways. So
That
Because
wasn't me. I was not
the
going to do
girl
it.
that this hood
We
guy
don't date
dated
them.
before me was a hood girl. She was straight hood.
I can't
we
say
talking about
anything.
young people. We talking about when you in high school.
Yeah, when you're in high school, I know
Yeah,
you're talking about when
in
you
high
was.
school.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, see, that was
Instead
more
of
like
school.
middle school,
So,
kind of
like,
like
yeah,
high school. What that was,
yeah,
and then it was just
Right.
like, nah. I prefer
Right.
girls.
yeah.
There's no
You
way
date
in
what's
hell.
available. Yeah.
Right.
Can I read MJ's comment real quick? Sorry.
Yes, go for it.
You
MJ.
know, listening to it just now, it's very important to hold on to some of the ghosts of the past to remember. So
Like before.
remember who you are. It is important to remember,
Okay.
but not at the
Yeah.
expense of moving forward
Right. Like you
in
stuck.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some remembrance can make you get stuck, which is I meant to say that earlier. Like sometimes I see that problem in like when we were talking about the destination versus journey and holding on to okay,
Right.
like as a Christian, like in that whole Christian walk, it's almost like when you look at like religion, like the religion of it, it's almost like being the woman in the movie. Like you're chasing Christ, you're chasing Jesus as this
Right.
ghost of a love that you met one time when you were transformed and you never seen him again. And you're constantly chasing them your whole life. And then it's and in a
Oh, you're
destination, like
glitching.
what
You're
you
saying something
often see
awesome.
happen in that like kind
Yeah.
yeah, what you end up seeing happen in very religious groups is the destination being death because of your reuniting with that love that you lost and you could never catch up to in life again. It becomes an obsession with death. It's like the promise for very religious Christians is the promise of all this greatness after you die. And it's kind of sad. It very much feels
Right.
like very religious Christians are in the same position as the woman in this movie, where they're chasing this love, the
Right.
ghost of a love, and they'll never find them until they die. I
Oh
just want to
yeah.
say that.
The ghost
That's
of
what
white
to me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
Make that,
I mean,
make that
He ain't
a
what my
ghost
Jesus
of white
ain't like.
Jesus.
I seen Jesus in a dream. He kind of looked he looked like Lin-Manuel Miranda, but darker. I don't know.
That was Jesus. That was not Jesus. You saw Jesus.
that was Zeus.
That was Jesus. That
I
that
saw
walked down the
Probably,
Jesus.
street.
probably Luke Evans Zeus.
He kind of looked
We'll
like
look
that
at
in my
that.
dream. Um,
Like Jesus,
but
you
yeah,
look
I
Latino. He's
definitely.
like,
That's one of the
hey,
most.
yeah,
The
hey.
Oh, the Hispanic
he
Lord.
Jesus is
looked
Puerto
to me.
Rican.
He looked like he could be. Like he didn't look like any race. He was just, he was just like one of them people. Like, are you
That
mixed? Are
means he's
you?
Puerto Rican.
Are
Yeah, that
you?
means he's Puerto. When they
What
don't look
are
like
you?
no race at all, they're Puerto
He
Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Right.
He Puerto
Like,
Rican.
what? When you
But
gotta
yeah, I
squint your
just
eyes
thought
at him, like,
about that's
what are you?
the
Like,
relationship.
yeah, Puerto Rican.
It was actually interesting dream. He kept like showing up, like he kept showing up, and I kept walking past him, like, why is this dude talking to me? Like
Right.
how in real life men try to talk
That's
to me.
actually
And
funny.
Right.
I've had dreams where a couple of like
and
my high
he
school
kept
crushes
coming
would
to me like
stalk
that
me.
in my dream.
I don't know why.
And then
I'm like, what? Like, talk to me. Don't stop.
yeah,
Don't just stand by me.
see,
Just
that's
stop me.
bad.
Say something.
That
If you're
goes
not
back
gonna
to this
say
soul
anything,
tie
then get
stuff.
the hell away from me. I'm sorry. I had to be that way. I'm like, get stay the hell away from me.
Well,
I'm in a
they-
dream.
they-
Like,
you had
just
to be like
cannot
this?
figure out why you guys are talking. Like, keep following me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he
what?
mad in his dream.
Right? He waking up all
That means
frustrated.
you got to
Like,
resolve something in yourself.
Hey man, listen, it's not my fault. All right, man. Listen, I have no control how these dreams go about, which is, like I said, another thing that's get told a lot in media. You
Yeah.
have control in your dream. No, the hell I don't. How come I can't fly?
Exactly.
Exactly. That just shut that
I'll
down right there.
say that I don't think you have control of your dreams, but I do think dreams are a good opportunity to take a look inside your subconscious mind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
I think that's what I would say.
Well,
about
high school
dreams.
keeps coming up, so I can tell you that, which means it must have been a good period of my life. Most often
Or
than not.
it's or like in this dream, how she was holding on to that, because I think sometimes people hold on to things and people because it just reminds them of a better time in their life. Like especially when they're going through struggles, it's like people tend to hold on to like a certain time in their life or people who were around when they could remember being happy. Like people who aren't happy, they're like, the last time I was happy, these people are around, so I love them forever because of anything they're actually doing. Yeah, it's just like they remind you of a happier time.
Yeah, it's like it's like an attachment to, they're attached to people to the actual time instead of, I guess, looking into what was within yourself that you liked or that you kind of envied around that time. Because I've learned that through my journey. You good?
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna read the comment?
Go ahead. You can read it. Go ahead.
All right. So
I'm
MJ Freeman says,
go ahead.
To honor my passed away grandparents, I try to honor genuine advice by trying my damnness to actually do what she told me. Okay. That's cool. I mean, I can see that because it's kind of like, I feel like it's some sort of closure, like when you can like remember the good things that you learned from your, relatives who passed away. It gives you some closure on it to some degree, and then if you can apply those things in your life, I'm sure there's always some benefits that come with that, or some type of peace that comes with that when you can like learn something or apply something that they taught you. It's like it's good.
It's good both ways. That's like one of my favorite anime, Mushishi and Natsume Yujin Cho, which are like these shows that are kind of about these spirits getting resolution in like this world. I love those two anime. Like they're those healing anime I talked about. Yashike.
Yashike.
They have a healing energy to them because it's kind of like Yashike. Not Tasha K. He got jokes.
Yo, Tasha K anime would be lit.
Raggedy. Only you would be watching it. But we're not gonna talk about her on here. But
Tasha
so the
K
last
and the girl who flew. What was that movie? The girl who flew through time. The girl who flew through yesterday, but featuring Tasha K.
Features out. Oh, we need to watch that one next, though. Honestly,
Which
I
one?
do
Before
want to
you
touch
forget,
on one
before I
thing.
forget, will you
Yeah,
make
go
a
ahead.
note and please send to me your wallpaper that you have behind us in this because I would love to have this and maybe make it to an art piece. I
Which
don't know where
one?
you got this. Your
Oh,
Oh,
wallpaper
the
the
right
one
now.
my
that's on her.
screen, my background
Mm-hmm.
for the stream. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just one of the. It's just a picture from the movie, and then I did stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Please send it to me on Instagram.
I will send it to you. One last thing before we run out of time that I wanted to touch on
Mm-hmm.
was at the end, after she finally let go of this person. Well, she kind of started to see like the guy who was interviewing her was actually a guy who seemed like he was in love with her the whole time,
He
and she like never
was.
noticed him,
That's how it
and he was
always
like
is.
really,
Right.
yeah, it all it's always somebody. Do y'all think that like, what about him? I was kind of bummed because he never really got. I felt bad for the guy. Like he was
Yeah.
basically chasing her. He was kind of doing the same thing she was doing, I
She was
guess,
doing. Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't you
but
find
she
it
wasn't a
interesting?
ghost. So it's like
Right.
you
But
can
to some
Right.
actually
degree,
go ahead.
go ahead.
But that's why I think it was good that they showed that because I think a lot of times that's kind of what happens in the male and female relationships. A lot of times women will be chasing the idea of some guy that they want, and guys will be trying to chase a woman that's in front of
Mm.
us that doesn't see us. And
Mm-hmm.
so I
Ooh,
think it was kind of speaking
Mm-hmm.
on how women will be chasing the ghost of a man that's not there, and guys will be chasing the ghost of a woman that doesn't see you. And
damn.
Yeah.
that's
And then she ended
kind of
up
how I think.
alone.
Yeah,
Didn't
Right.
she end up
and the
alone?
guy did, and the guy ended up settling. The guys usually end up settling not for the girl that they were trying to get because they weren't seen by her.
Hey, 100
They end
watts.
up settling for the
What's
girl that
up?
sees them. Guys
Right.
end up settling for the woman that
Damn.
values them. The woman that notices them and like, oh wow, I'm finally being noticed, and now let me be. And that's what Yellow was talking about with settling, where women end up
Yeah.
usually being alone
Right.
because they're always chasing some ghost of somebody who wasn't there. Like that's the whole thing I
Who's
think with Kevin
not?
Samuels has kind of been showing is that a lot of women are
Damn.
chasing this
They
same
do.
idea of a
We do.
man that's not available to them, whereas most guys end up settling with the woman that just takes them.
So can we make the argument that this movie would be good watching for people in the manosphere for women? Is like a cautionary tale of like, girl,
Yeah, this is a great first date.
it's a
Yeah, for
cautionary
women,
tale of
What the fuck? Why you
nobody
women,
want
always
to go on
trying
a
to
date
take?
with Funk. What the fuck be trying to put these movies?
He be
Nobody's going on a date with you. You be trying to make people cry on the first date.
right. He be
I
trying.
be
He be
laughing.
trying.
Yeah, that should be cracking me up. I use tears for lubrication. You know, that's how I get
Right.
down.
Exactly. He's like, oh yeah, let's turn this movie on.
Like, oh
Let's
Let
yeah,
watch
me get
ooh,
her
yeah,
her
Grave of
feelings real
Fireflies.
quick.
Yeah, let's
so
watch
wet.
Grave of
Ooh,
Fireflies.
yeah, you ready?
There's something wrong with
Let's
you.
talk.
You're a sick
Hold on. We
person.
tapped into your childhood trauma. Okay, you ready to go?
Right.
Yeah, he trying to find out your trauma in the first. Yeah,
He
okay, you
trying to
giving that
find that
Jada
vulnerable side
Pinkett
so he can
energy.
be like, "Come here, baby. Let
Yeah,
me give
that's
you
how
a
I get
hug
down.
Show me
real
the
quick."
cracks. Show me
Right.
the cracks.
Like, oh,
That's hold on.
let
That's the
me
old
French
man at the
kiss you and
Waffle
make it
House.
better. You know, yeah, I'm a
Oh
whole
wait,
perv.
MJ. We're gonna read MJ Freeman's
He
comment.
said there's an old man that comes to the old man at the Waffle House. They swear they're gonna marry the young
Pretty server
server, and they be so serious about their crush.
about they.
Yeah,
That's
I
that
definitely had the
old
old
men
man
do be like
customer
that.
when I was a young waitress. Like,
Even though they already married, right?
I mean, and it's does that make us a horrible? Yeah, so you just get money out of them. You be like, okay, buy me this,
Right.
old man, and they'll buy it. I mean, that's their
Yeah.
fault. They kind of put themselves in that position. Yeah, but yeah, that's
Wait a minute.
actually interesting. I think they asked a did player what
What? The,
what I'm leaning
I'm
in
sorry.
trying to.
That's their fault. They asked for that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah. I have no pity for the words I can't say for simple people.
So,
I have no
simple
simple
people matter.
men.
Okay.
I don't have any. I'm trying to say it in code because Twitch don't play that. That's actually one they will ban you for. But I don't have any sympathy for them. Sorry,
Mhm. Yeah.
you don't have any sympathy for the man
I
that gets
don't.
finessed. No.
No, I don't. Just like I don't have sympathy for women who get finessed. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Period. Right,
Period.
ShyCutie?
Period.
Period.
That's how I
Pooh.
am. I mean, yeah, period. Do you feel bad for men who get finessed, ShyCutie? You nicer than me, so
No,
what? Do you feel bad for him?
I don't, but
Sit
I
down, no
don't
look.
because
No,
now
have some temperance,
now
sir.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell. So if you would have asked me this maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my answer probably would have been a little bit different because I'm an empath. I'm very empathetic. And to that
Right.
degree, of course, I don't want to see anyone ever get taken advantage of or get used. But as I've gotten wiser, I understand that we put ourselves in those positions to be used a lot of the times. And so
Sure
therefore,
do.
I cannot feel sorry for you if you allow yourself to be used in that way.
What if you get used while you think that you're in love?
You might be in love, but you still getting used.
You
That's
still getting
fine. The
used, and
relationship served both of y'all. You're in love, and you got
yeah,
the happy butterflies in your tummy, and they got your check. So
yeah, and
everybody
and
wins,
then at
right?
the
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. You get the tickles in your tummy, and they get that check. Being tricked
right,
isn't cool, but someone doing what you expect is different.
it's different.
Yeah, you just,
Yeah,
you just
you
I'm
just
sorry. I don't have now I don't feel bad for adults doing adult things. I
I
just I mean,
okay.
have some temperance, have self-control, have some self-worth, have some business about yourself, and you can
Right,
avoid 99% of those kind of situations, truly.
that is true. I
You just
mean,
make
it's
up
just
like
like
you just made up that number. 99%. That's a high number.
No. I've been in some of those situations, and if I had self-worth at the time, I would
yeah.
feel like most
Now
of it
we're
comes back to self-worth or value.
yes.
Go ahead.
So yes, a lot of what we're saying is coming from a place of us experiencing it to some degree and having to have the ugly relationship with ourselves that a lot of the situations was because of some of a decision we chose to make or we put ourselves in the
Yeah,
predicaments most of the time. And it's I mean i
right.
can't I can't go back from that because if I go back to some of the places that I've been and some of the situations, even with just friends, I wouldn't be in
Yeah,
those
I don't know that
situations
girl
if
no more.
right. I was like, I don't know who they don't even know who I am. Half of them can't even talk to me for
Right.
some reason. I find that very
It
interesting.
always comes back to that. Yeah, like
It
self-worth.
does. It's self-worth. Yeah.
The
I
energy you
mean,
carry when you really have it.
if you're a person who okay, let's say I don't know you. I don't know nothing about you. I said, let's say we just meet and we start talking. We've been talking for a month. And like the constant thing that comes up in our conversations is that you're looking for a new job every month. All right. Okay. Now you be like, hey man, so and so fired me from his job because of this, that. And you know, it wasn't my fault, blah, 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 blah. But you just constantly looking for a job. Well, who's the common denominator in that scenario? It's you.
The white man.
Nah, but you gotta stay with him
It
and
might
be
not
you gotta stay with him and be a ride or die. You gotta die
right.
with him. You have to stay with him.
Let me
Right.
And
blame
eat
the
ramen
man.
noodles and hot dogs
Blame
every
right
day.
every
You
day.
gotta stay with him
But
because that makes you a good person,
that make right. You gotta
right?
hang in there. But now I'm not saying this to say that you're wrong if you choose to leave. All that I'm saying is realize that the common denominator is you. And if for some reason this is not working for you, working underneath someone isn't working for you, you're either going to have to accept that you need to make a change or stay there and deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But don't come
Can't have it
saying,
both
oh, I
ways.
can't keep a job because of this, or I can't. No,
And then when
no,
we
because
look at
that's
you like you dusty, now it's like, oh,
right.
this guy, you don't care about nothing but money.
Right.
No, you're dusty. You can't keep a job. It's really literally
Right.
the problem here.
What's wrong with Dusty? Dusty lives matter too. Dusty
Dusty
people got
lives
souls.
matter too. But
Yes,
like
They
what
that's
this lady said, you got find people on your level. Do y'all see my
that
shoulders
that's it.
glistening right now? Do I look dusty
Right.
to you? No, I
Right.
don't. So
You see this face?
we don't, we
You see
don't,
that
yeah,
shine?
we don't. You find people, I will hope. I
That's
think
on
mm.
people
your
need to get
level.
better at reading
Shit,
energy.
you ain't gonna
For
out
sure.
shit. Let me get some coconut oil on my shoulder. We gonna
Right.
shoulder off.
We gonna have a shoulder off. Like I
Right.
just think people need to get better at reading energy and taking it for what it
Oh yeah,
is. I think a lot of
yeah, I
people
got
do
you.
have this
Yeah,
this thing where they try to
Yeah.
rewrite in their
all
mind
spot
what a
shining.
person.
Yeah.
He's about his head shining. There you go.
Right. There you go. Go ahead.
Shining. Like I think people try to rewrite what people are showing them in their mind. Like I've done it.
Yeah.
We all do it, but it's just like if people got better at just accepting people where they are, it's not about
Yeah.
shaming them. It's not about making them feel bad because they're not where they ultimately want to be. They're on their journey as well. But you might have to be on your journey without me though.
Right.
I'm
That's just
always
how it
okay
is.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like
Yeah, I
learn
don't
your
have to
lesson
come
and
with
let
you.
me know how it goes
Right.
afterwards.
Yeah, catch me on the
Yeah.
other side.
Right. And
Oh,
I've learned that.
you be using that Badu line. I guess I'll see you next
Right.
lifetime. I be using that
See you on
shit.
the next.
Not this. You could call me in
Lifetime.
this lifetime after you get to where you trying to
Yeah.
go.
Right.
I mean,
Konnichiwa to
hey
Yella in the
Yella.
chat.
So yes, I don't feel bad for any simple person that gets finessed. I don't feel bad for it. Yep.
Did you really
I
say a
was
simple
definitely
person?
simple person. I'm speaking in code. When I was
Yes.
in my 20s, I was that person. I'll take your money. Sure. Sure. If me smiling at you and being nice is enough for me to give you your money, your hard-earned money, then you're an idiot. But yeah, I'll take it. Thanks.
Yeah.
That was me in my 20s. I
Mm,
told you
mm, mm,
I was in my
mm,
villain run back then. But I'm just saying,
mm.
what's wrong with that?
I ain't saying. I'm just humping. I'm just humping.
He said,
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought
he
I
said,
heard somebody say something about
right.
um but yeah.
Don't make
Sound
me take
like
my
you got
headphones
something to
off. Like really,
say.
you about
I
to?
thought I heard a nigga say something. I thought I heard a simple
Right.
person say something.
Excuse me.
Um
No,
but
no.
yeah, I'm a good person now. I'm no longer that way. But I still would tell my daughters that, like, yeah,
Yeah.
girl. Look, you ain't got to do nothing. Like I have a guy friend who is like my best friend, and he falls into that trap all the time.
Oh
He
yeah.
falls into it all. He's so nice. He's so giving. He really is like the sweetest person, but he constantly falling in traps. He be doing
Yeah.
too much. He'd be like, I'm going on a date. And I'd be like, all right, have fun on your date. I'd be telling him. He'd be like, all right, we doing this. I say, you doing too much. You
Right.
doing too much. This woman has done nothing to earn all this. You getting
Pull
finessed.
back.
He don't
Pull
ever
it back.
listen, and he gets finessed every time.
You should,
So
Yep.
like low key, the movie with Gordon Lovitz, Joseph Gordon Lovitz with 100 Days of Summer.
oh,
You should
have I
watch
seen
the
that?
guy friend.
500 days of summer. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you should
yeah.
I
watch
don't
it with
think
the
I
guy friend.
I think I've seen that. I've seen it. Oh
he
my
gonna go to sleep.
gosh.
He ain't gonna make it through. He don't
No, he
understand.
go.
You know who I'm
I've
talking
seen
about.
500
ShyCutie.
days of summer.
It's kind
Yeah,
of like
he ain't gonna
about
make it through the
guys who
movie.
put women on this pedestal, and like it's a really dope movie actually. I think a lot
It
of
is.
most love stories are really made for women, but this one's kind of made for men who kind of need to
Yeah.
analyze and kind of learn about themselves. And I think it's a really dope movie that I wish there was like a black version of it, but there isn't because we don't get movies like that.
We don't get
But
movies
Right.
like that. But
I think a
No.
lot of people in this manosphere and the Reds, I think a lot of us could actually learn a lot from watching this movie.
I
Yeah.
think that's also the importance of having friends of the opposite sex. I know some people say you can't have friends of the opposite sex or whatever. I think that you are missing out on some important intel. Like if my
Yeah.
guy friend tells me, y'all give me the rundown, I'd be like, okay,
Right.
I think it's important to have females around you who know how females are, whether that's a sibling, like he doesn't have any sisters, but like I think it's helpful. I definitely have had guy friends who have definitely saved me some trouble when I was willing to listen to them. So I just think it's
I be telling
unfortunate when
you, like,
people
nothing gets you laid like having female friends. Like shit, female friends get you laid.
they do. If
Yeah.
They
they
really
really
do.
are your friend and they ain't trying to
They
sleep with you,
really
that's yeah, they your
right,
friend.
right.
Yeah,
They don't want you for themselves.
yeah,
And
they'll help
it's
you.
the same with the guy friends too. Like
Yeah,
I don't have like a lot of let's just say the way I have guy friends now versus how I did like when I was like not married is just different. Like
Mhm.
I have some guy friends over the internet, and then a lot of my guy friends have become guy friends through people I know. Like I have
Right.
guy friends because of my husband, but it's like people we
Like
both
mutual
know.
friends.
They're mutual friends, and then a lot of my
Your
I
husband
might have
vetted them. Your husband had to vet your guy friends.
They probably so scared of her husband they wouldn't even try it if they
they
wanted
wouldn't
to.
even try, right? No.
And be
But
afraid.
no, a lot of them are like I've met some really cool females and they have husbands, and like I've actually like gotten a chance to have talked to the husbands, and like sometimes they do give you some good intel on into what like y'all be thinking we want this, y'all got it all wrong, like they'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah. And that's definitely like I probably, man, talking about being a wife, man. Some of
right,
my guy friends have really set me straight
Yeah.
with some things. It's just like even if my husband said I be being all combative, you don't want to listen. Because he
right,
said
MJ.
he said
What
yes,
is
it gives him
Oh,
peace.
it gives the peace, right? Yeah, it
So I
does.
definitely think it's sad when people say they can't have friends, like, and they always try to say, "Well, don't you think they want to? They can want to sleep. You can want to sleep with people, honey. That don't mean it gotta happen." I don't know what's
Right.
wrong with people. I don't get it.
I think
Oh,
we've forgotten that we're all our own individuals, and that it's really up to you what you want to happen. Like,
exactly. Nobody can do
because I don't
anything you
care
don't
who
want to
come
happen.
in. Right. I don't care who come over here to spit and game. It ain't happening. But that's because I'm in control of that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's
So
it. That's that.
accountability in that way.
Period. Pooh.
Period. Poo. Period. Poo. Look, what the font
Right.
trigger?
Period. Pooh.
Yeah, he
I'm
he triggered. You saw
trying
his face. I saw
Yeah.
it come over him. He was like,
I know.
you're like, I saw it come over him. But
Right.
anyway, so just we'll give our closing thoughts.
Yes.
Is what the funk? You didn't say anything about the movie. I think you said you loved the movie because it seemed like
No,
your
no, no,
kind of
no,
thing.
no. I love the visuals. I was tripping mushrooms when I saw it, but actually, I'd
Oh,
probably
okay.
give it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
But
So you kind of
but really just for the visuals. Like really, the visuals are absolutely.
Paprika's better to me.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, Paprika was.
Yeah,
I saw that in the movie
Paprika is
theater
better.
as a
Oh,
kid.
you did?
My mom was like, I can't handle because my mom had to come with me, and she made it. I think the first opening scene, and she was like, "Oh hell no."
See,
She
that's probably why
just
you be
left.
doing mushrooms now. You used to
Right.
watch Paprika in the movie theater when you was young. You was like,
Yeah.
I need that in my life on a consistent basis. I need that
Right.
Yeah,
experience.
well,
Every
at least
day,
once a
all
year.
day.
Right.
Right.
Look, every day, you can't be doing mushrooms every day all day.
I will never do mushrooms. I know MJ, my brother in the chat,
I have not tried it.
I don't know if he did mushrooms, but I
Yeah.
once again, I will never do drugs because my life is interesting enough sober. I don't need
Yeah.
to. I don't
Yeah.
need to be seeing other stuff. No, thank you.
I'm high on life by myself. Y'all, I don't need drugs. If y'all knew me, you would understand.
Yeah.
I don't need them, but they are awesome.
Yeah. Oh, they
And I'm right by
big.
Amsterdam, so whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you over there in Europe and stuff. But
Right.
well, thank you for coming up with us. Thank you, Jay. I don't know what
Yes.
happened to Jay. I'm gonna let
I
you
hope
go.
Jay is
Bye.
okay. Yeah.
He had to
Yeah, I
go
don't
check
know
his
what
heart.
happened.
He's hanging upside down right now, being Spider-Man in his closet.
Probably.
You know.
No, he
Probably.
being 50 Cent from the
Oh, 50
halftime
Cent
show.
at the halftime show.
No. 50
Y'all gonna need
was struggling, wasn't he? He was like,
He's
if y'all
first of
don't
all, he's
hurry up.
old and he's thick. Okay.
Uh-huh. And he did
Like
pretty
that.
good though
He-
on that
okay.
upside down halftime
50
show.
is
You know what?
thick.
I gotta stop making fun. Like, I'm gonna try to hang upside down and do a
Yeah.
rap song and see how hard it is. I
Right.
bet it's
Please let me
low-key
know
really
if your
difficult.
veins ain't popping out your head.
Right.
And
His
that should be
voice
the next
stayed-
the 50
his
Cent
voice
challenge. Where
stayed
you
consistent
do
the
a
whole
rap
time.
song hanging upside
Yeah,
down.
do the 50 Cent challenge. Why don't you start
Right.
it
Yeah,
off?
50 Cent
Hang
challenge.
upside down and rap
Right.
in the club.
Yeah.
And let's see how you do.
I bet
Yeah,
that'd
Trash
go
be
can
ahead.
wave.
yeah, trash can waves. You
You gonna
started
do it?
trash can waves. Do in the club hanging upside down.
Right.
You
That shit
started
went
that
viral.
challenge. Sure, you gonna have trash can waves out here trying to kill himself.
Right. I need to see a TikTok. Look.
Oh
Hey,
my god.
Shorty. Just turning
Oh my
red.
god.
Right.
So yeah, we're not doing that. But yes, it's
Okay.
always a pleasure. Thank y'all for coming
Yes.
up with us. I
We
don't know
appreciate
what
everyone.
movie. I don't know what movie we're gonna talk about next week. We'll probably do. I
Watch
want to watch
watch
Belle.
watch the Slap on Titan that I sent you. The Attack on Titan
No, we
abridged.
gotta do an anime. I want to do Belle, but it's in theaters. I don't know. We'll talk and see if we could both get in the
I'm gonna
We can
theater
get
and
you to
watch
start
them.
coordinate.
watching the bridge one day. I'm gonna
I
get
do
you.
watch them, but I can't. I don't. I have too many shows. But we might
Yeah.
do. We might do that. Or Pat. I don't want to watch another old anime.
You want to do?
Not
Let's do
back to back.
something.
Let's do.
Right.
We could do Belle. Let's see if we can, because that's only in theaters though.
Okay.
So maybe that. But anyway,
Let's
I'm
see.
gonna let you
Okay.
go. What the funk?
All right.
Bye.
Thank
Stay awesome.
you.
Always
Bye.
ShyCutie.
All right. Okay. So
Okay.
yes, we started off the show talking about Millennium Actress, which was the movie for this week, and then we gave our review and reactions, and then we went into the theme of the movie, which one is more important, the destination or the journey. We talked about our destinations in life, and then about lost love and moving on, and all of these were themes in the movie. If you want to watch Millennium Actress, it is free on YouTube. ShyCutie gave it a 7 out of 10. And well, I'll say 6.5 because you said 6 and he said 7. And then I said 7 out of 10, and what the funk said 5.5 out of 10. So not the most groundbreaking movie, but definitely has great themes, and it's one of the last completely hand-drawn motion picture anime films that was made. It was made in 2001. So if you just like to have your anime history, then you want to check the movie out. Any final thoughts, ShyCutie?
No, I mean, I
ShyCutie?
think for the most
I think you.
part, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you. You just seemed like you didn't hear me at first, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was just kind of just thinking about that ending. Like I was kind of like, what? I I did not appreciate that ending at all.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. I was like, does
Yeah.
that mean she died and went to heaven, or
But
did
why?
finally...
She died. But they,
Right? Yeah, but I was
it's
like,
like the
but
lady on
what?
Titanic. Manon Jay. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was, but at
lady
least okay on Titan.
on Titanic. That's why I said it. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say
Somehow I
you
think you're
go.
on a delay, but go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just saying, like, at least on Titanic, we saw her go meet back up with him, right? Like they stood together, but then they just show her flying up and then it went off. So,
Well, because the end of the movie was the beginning of the movie. It was like a whole full cycle completed. So yeah, but that's kind of what happened.
yeah,
But yeah, so we're
yeah.
going to once again, if y'all tuned in today, Jay, I don't know if Jay wanted to come back up and say bye or something. I'm not sure what happened. He's in the back. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I think he wanted to, so I'll see what he said. Thanks for coming on the
Okay,
show.
thanks.
Hey,
I guess
Thanks
he
for...
wanted to show us that he
Yes,
was alive. Okay.
yes,
yeah, I'm
please.
alive, guys. Good.
Okay.
Yo,
Thank
that's
you.
so
Thank you for
dark.
letting us
I'm
know
like,
that.
I just passed out. Like, really?
Right,
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
we
We
just
like,
wanted to make sure. Thank you for
all
coming
right.
Oh
back
no,
on and
no.
showing everybody you're
Oh no, it's
alive.
cool. No, it's cool. I just had to drive my brother to
Okay,
to get his bike taken care of. I'm just waiting for him now. But other than that,
okay,
that's why I had to
Okay.
leave. But
Okay.
but no. But all in all, the film is good. I'd suggest everybody watch it. It does make you think. It's very complex, and it's not a standard Miyazaki film or a Makoto Shinsho film, which is
Right.
the guy that makes Wuthering, the guy that makes Wuthering with You and Your Name.
Your name.
So you got to
Mhm.
understand, some of the older ones make you think. I'll be honest, I think they make you think more than the newer ones, to be honest, just because of how in that
What do
time.
you give it out of
It,
10?
what do I give it? Because I think it's a character study,
Out
kind
of
of like
10.
Joker. I give
Okay.
it a solid 8. I give it an 8.
Okay. So you give it an 8. We got a
And
good spread of ratings.
okay. Yeah, because I think
yeah.
that's something for I think any girl
Yeah.
or any boy should be able to
So what
understand.
the funk said 5 out of 5. 5.5. Yeah. I
Yo,
think
his
it's good.
scoring
I
is so
mean,
weird for me.
he
I
gave it
don't know.
5.5. ShyCutie gave it a 6. Well, she gave it a 6. I gave 7. You gave it an 8. So I mean, we got a full range from 6 to
Right.
8. But thanks for coming on. We closing out the show because we're right at 1 hour and 50 minutes. But thank you for coming
Yes.
back and letting us know you're all right. And I look forward to coming back
Yes,
and
we
joining us
appreciate
again.
that. I'm
for
glad
All
you're
right.
good.
this one.
Okay, I look forward to your next movie on Monday. Once I get the day off, trust me, I'll be on to talk about
All
it.
right.
All right.
All right, yeah, take care.
Okay.
You
I'll try to
too.
put out what we're gonna talk about. See you. But he asked, do I do TikTok? Not really. I mean, I will, but I don't do TikTok just yet. I know everybody says I should. It just gives me anxiety. That's all. But yeah, so once again, if you watched our show today and you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe, hit the bell. It just helps, the algorithm know that people are actually enjoying this content and like what we do, and helps the algorithm find other people who may like this content. So our next show is on Thursday. We'll be doing anime bingo and watching My Dress Up Darling live, and I will beat you this time, ShyCutie. She's the reigning champ on
Okay.
Thursday. So we'll see if I can
I
dethrone
gotta
her
come
this
correct
week.
because I know you coming for it. You coming for that
Yeah,
W.
I gotta beat you. Y'all can't be out here, you and Twan ganging up on me and talking about and Twan, when you watch this, because I know you will, you still gotta eat that natto live, boo. So get your
Right.
taste buds ready. I'm
Oh,
pulling up at his house for that one.
Twan.
So yeah, so thanks for joining us. Thank you, ShyCutie. I'll see you Thursday. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. And as usual, keep it cute.
cute.
Bye.
Bye.
It was